always nominated in the Orlando Weekly Readers Poll for Best Cheap Eats. It is our friends over at Gringos Locos, my guaranteed favorite food in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
it's the night food.
Yep. You can go to gringoslocos.com for all their different locations, but there's the original downtown location, which we originally found Gringos because we used to go there.
You did. You and your wife found it because you'd walk from the bars, and those Double D tacos, man, I'm telling you. They're phenomenal when you got a little buzz.
Yeah, Dan Quesadilla, the Mouth Hugger Burrito. They opened up their Milk District location. That's when they started working with us. Yep. God, it's been 5+ years ago.
We're still the only place they advertise with, which is quite the honor.
Michigan Avenue.
Avenue. I like that. Michigan Avenue. God, Michigan Avenue.
Why would I say that?
I thought you were going to say Avagoo, and I was
all the commercials went fine, and then Avenue.
A lot of people don't know the way that we recorded this. We did 3 commercials for the Friday and then we have to do one last one for the best of ACT. And we got here, and you parked it right there on the Avenue.
UCF location, and they're all over all the delivery services.
Yeah.
So if you want food delivered to your house, get the Gringos option.
Just do it. Get the Dan Quesadilla, get the Double D tacos. That's a Double D layered taco smothered. Smothered isn't even a word. So I'm right there with you. Smother your ganu, you mother...
Oh, we can't even curse in this one. I forgot. Oh, God. Anyway, they're catering. So any event.
Now I got to edit the damn commercial.
Big or small, Gringos is great for catering.
Big or small, bump them all. Avaganu, you mother.
Gringos Locos. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got our sponsors.
Oh, my God. I almost screamed, woo-ha, we got you all in check. And I don't know why. You were like, we're welcome back. I was going to go, woo-ha, we got you all in check.
Shane Malloy's here from Gabriella Plants. How you doing, Shane?
Yeah. Doing good, Tom. Dan, how are you guys doing?
Good. You know what? Normally people don't answer us as properly as you did. You know what? And I'm doing damn fine now that you're here, sir. Welcome back to the program. How you been?
Been good. Thanks for having me back. It's been hot.
It has been hot. How is that?
How do we protect our plants? I feel like they're burning up.
My wife killed one of your plants. I'm gonna call her out.
Snitch.
I'm gonna call that bitch out right on the show.
Was it the Black Velvet?
No, Black Velvet is thriving. Is thriving. No, it was a little one. Actually, you know what? It may not have been one of the Gabriella plants. It may have been one that you gave us.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I got mites.
Now that we have your plants, the ones that the hand-me-downs that Tom was giving me look a little...
Well, we all remember that as we got older and you started getting your own presents that weren't the shirt.
Or
you got to, that you got to pick your own shirt because
like
you didn't
Black
just
Velvet.
get your siblings hand-me-down.
Like Black Velvet. Let's talk about that. You came over to my house, you saw my premium Gabriella plant, you start fingering it and you're touching it, and Andrea's like, get your hands off my plants!
You're molesting their plants?
Well, he was over there.
Velvet,
we were over there talking to his family, and we didn't know where Tom was. He was up in my living room fingering on my plants.
No, I'm just checking their soil.
You get your fingers out of my soil, man.
Humidity. I'll tell you that in a minute. I killed that one good, and I ordered it from Gabriella, and
you tried to copy
I didn't follow the
Andrea's
instructions.
Style.
I know better.
You tried to copy Andrea's style, and he blew it.
How do I look at instructions from Gabriella and think to myself, I'm going to do something different
the real
than what it says to do?
You're a narcissist.
Is that what it is?
I'm better than they are.
Is that what it is?
Tom Briella.
It's Plant Daddy, right?
Yeah. He remembers what...
Killing all his babies over there.
You still call yourself Plant Daddy?
By the way, I figured out...
Munchausen syndrome. You're killing them all.
Let's go back. And I saw a post from Gabriella talking about, hey, vote for us for, I believe it's best garden store / nursery in Orlando.
Love it.
And I was like, I reached out to Shane. I was like, hey, we should come talk about this on the show.
Yeah. Throw them a vote. It's super easy to do. You do have to sign up with an email address, but it's super easy to do. And once you're in, you can throw us a vote. We haven't been talking about it much because I'm just going to be real with you. We've won it so many times that, I mean, there's no better podcast in the city than us. And even if we don't win, I'm just being honest. And even if we don't win, if somebody else wins it, just know that we're better than you.
It's a farce.
Look, we've won it.
It's Orlando's best podcast, and we have to be in.
We've won it like 12 years in a row.
I don't know, guys. We got Remy's Roundtable up against us.
Well, they are
year.
a little better.
Yeah.
A little better.
Well, that something is subjective, but if you go on size, amount amount of monies.
I
I
was
don't know.
going to say, local success. You guys are the definition of it.
We are. Thank you.
Yeah, we got the carpet.
Finally, somebody smart on the couch.
We waste more money than any other podcast.
We do.
Guaranteed, for
We do.
sure.
Oh, this morning, $400. down there.
God,
talk about
that. Why are you bringing that up?
No.
We did that. We did. He almost yelled the F word.
Yeah, he did.
$400 penalty.
Yeah,
Son
that's
of
bad.
a-
That's
Man,
a big
we
penalty.
took a bill. This is
That's
how good
more
we
penalty
are.
than how could it be that much?
This is how good we are at podcasting. We took a bill that was
God
only
damn it.
$75, and then we made it $450.
It was $138.
Oh, $138.
Every year you have to register
Well,
for
that doesn't
Sunbiz.
seem right.
And then me and Daniel did this.
We did it.
Because I said, I used to make Travis do this. We got to do it this year. And then we both were
and I
looking
was
over
like,
the
"Get in
computer.
here," and I was like, first, let's make fun of Travis a little bit and laugh. And so we did. We made fun of him a little bit, and we laughed. And then I'm like, how do you do this? So we did it. We go to the Florida Sunbiz thing.
Oh, God.
We had to go into the
Sorry, I
directory.
brought it up.
You've probably done this.
Oh, yeah.
Or
No,
you have people that do
You
this.
see, you guys use Macintoshes too, and they've gotten better over time, Sunbiz has. But back in the day, like, that was one of those websites where it was like, no, Internet Explorer. Only way.
Right.
Only way, Internet Explorer.
Yeah.
Stupid government.
Yeah, 100% right. So I X out my Pornhub. We go to the Florida Sunbiz. We get on there. I go through the directory. I find our two companies. Yes, we have two companies.
And it's inactive.
One of them is. One of them was. One of them was.
That was a long time ago.
If you wonder why we have two companies, we have. Well, actually, there's
We
three
called
in
the
there.
Tom and Dan LLC the first time.
Yeah, and then there's Dan
we
and
let
Tom
that one
LLC.
last.
But we have an escape company in case S goes down.
That's called the
Money
landscaper.
laundering.
Yeah.
No. So anyway, $400. Shane's here. So Shane, let's talk about.
Let's talk about Shane's World.
Well, let's talk about why you guys deserve to win, and I'll put it in there that
Yeah, you do.
guys give away a lot of plants to the community. Like, I'm constantly promoting stuff where it's like, well, we're giving away 1,100 plants. I have 1,100. I was like 11.
I think the last
1,100.
I think the last time we talked to you, you were like, "My greenhouse is just slammed full of premium plants, and I just got to get them all out of here."
So-
and I'm like, "Well, why? Why is it? We got to make room for more plants."
Well, you guys
Still true.
do a lot of giveaways and stuff, which I feel like, especially for plant people, is great and
We
it's
just-
great for the community and
We
everything.
just uploaded, actually, just published today, the Facebook event we're going to do second annual Same Bad at Plants Business Fest. I was almost going to call it that originally because I felt like it was
Bad
more
at
on
Business
brand.
Plant Fest.
Yes, that's what I'm
You
talking
can take
about.
it. You know.
I may change Zach. Maybe we need to change that Facebook event.
That's so
By the way, it's very confusing to everybody you tell them. Like sponsors are like, what now?
I
I don't want to
telling-
put my name on
I
this.
was
Right. If you're bad at it, I don't want
Andrea's father and stepmom are really into plants, and I was telling him what you were doing, and he balked at the 11,000 plants. He balked at
1,100.
or 1,100. Excuse me, my God. But he didn't understand. He's like, "Yeah, what do you mean that these plants are at this price or for free? Like, how does that even happen?"
So let's talk about that.
Happening December 20th, currently scheduled for 9 a.m. Over at our retail storefront in Oviedo near the 417 Aloma, Gabriela Plant Shop. Right next to the Walmart there at 417 Aloma. And last year, we kind of ran out of parking.
There was
the
a
whole
line out
parking
the door.
lot. Yeah, I mean, it was insane. It was over $10,000 in plants. It was
bless it.
2,200, something like that, Zach, something like that. Plants given away in a single day. And yeah, we're trying to make it at least twice as big. So
Over 2,000 plants out the door. That's
And
nuts.
We're not talking about just some stinky old snake plants.
no.
We're talking premium plants. So also, I noticed that you guys are doing these like live tutorials. That is really cool. Like I saw one coming
I
up.
haven't seen this. Explain it to me. What happens?
So basically, like you'll do like a live stream information
like a
tutorial.
live
and, like,
stream workshop.
Oh, dude,
workshop.
this is you all day long.
I know. I'm going to check out the one that's out. This is going to be broadcast on Monday, but for the Twitch audience, there's one tomorrow
Yeah.
on propagation, which I
That's awesome.
I know a lot about propagation. I was,
can you make a begonia grow a new begonia by just trimming a leaf? All right, you got something to learn.
I like that he only gave you a split
He
second
stopped
answer.
breathing.
and
Stop reading.
And if you're listening in Orlando or across the country, you can sign up for the online ones at plants.ly/learn. Or if you're local to Central Florida, we've been offering those same workshops locally, hands-on at our shop location as well. And you can find shop events over at plants.ly/shop.
It always makes me uncomfortable when, he talks about his new workshop, it's on propagation, and you hear that and you're like, I know a lot about propagation too.
Well, I thought it was a trick question, so I'm trying to go through like begonia. Can you propagate it from leaf cuttings? Because not all plants you can.
That's all the time we have.
I'm going to assume that you can because of the way you phrase the question. But that's interesting too. There's all about the nodes, as you know.
As you know,
Daniel doesn't know. Samantha doesn't know anything about nodes.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. The only nodes I have. Are the nodes I have my vocal cords.
So, Shane, I have some questions for you.
Okay. Is this where you ask him how and why you killed all your plants?
No, well, okay. I ordered a black velvet plant from Gabriella.
Beautiful.
And I believe it's called Alocasia black velvet.
It looks three-dimensional because of the, light fuzziness that appears to be on the leaves.
Yeah, it looked fake.
Yeah, it looks fake. It's crazy looking plant.
And the reason I ordered, I saw Andrea had one, and like, she's not bad. I'll be better than her.
But I got to thank you for that. Got one of those. Gave that to my wife. It's amazing how, let's just say, happy your wife can be in after hours when you give her a premium plant, if you know what I mean.
Well, let's talk about, because you're supposed to, when you get your Gabriella plant in the mail, right? It comes in a box.
Andrea says the easiest plant she's ever taken care of.
And it's super healthy, and you're supposed to let it chill for a minute in the pot that it comes in, and where you put it, you're supposed to let it
chill, bro.
Acclimate
to its environment. It's kind of like a fish.
Is that with every plant?
Well, it's just
only the ones you like. If you don't like it,
some are more sensitive than others to this principle. Depending on how much. I mean, shipping is really stressful to a plant. It's dark. It's like literally the opposite of a greenhouse. Which, to your very earlier question, I do remember it. The very first thing she said, "What do we do with our plants? How do we keep them cool?"
Yeah.
The good news is our greenhouses are actually hotter than it is outside. So the plants most of the plants we grow are not temperature sensitive, or you would have to be in the 120s, hot car, locked car, type of a situation.
All of my plants stay in my car. Every plant I own is in my car right now.
You have to melt it for it to...
I mean, they can survive pretty heat, but it's all about then it's going to dry out quicker.
Ooh, the black velvet's on sale, guys.
What? Don't be saying that. Everybody be biting my style.
Well, this is the problem I have, Shane.
It's a cool plant, though. Go snatch them up.
But it's the most extreme. When you unbox something, it literally went from sun, how long is the sun up today? Like 16 hours, it feels whatever, to then 3 days in the mail of just pitch black. So it's probably not the best thing to then, as soon as you get it, also go I know what's better for you. Let me go ahead and shake off all the soil out of the roots.
Well, that's what I did. Because I was like,
you stressed it out
immediately, because I don't even believe
me.
Because I'm like, I can handle stress. Why can't this plant?
God.
I'm fine with stress. No, it's fine.
3 days
I'm like, you're fine.
I like it.
Project your stress on your plants.
Yeah, I like how you're like, it's fine, plant. Just shake your roots off.
I immediately replanted it into my own concoction of soil.
Oh my God, what you going to say there?
Of soil that I've come up with.
Oh my God, you're doing your own soil blend?
I'm like,
Tom's
what
blend.
is it, a 60-40 ground chuck? What are you doing?
I
20-30? What are you doing?
I put some warm
70% lean.
Castings in there.
Oh, casting!
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Then some cocoa core. I'm like, every plant loves cocoa core, and then I put that in there, and then it starts dying, and I'm like, no, and then I try to say, I'm like, blast it with the...
Don't blast it! You blasted it?
Well, I'm like, I
know the guy that blasts his plants, and that guy's in jail.
Blasted it with sun, and then I was just stressing it out, Shane, and then I left it outside for too long. It was drowning in the rain, and then I'm like, oh God.
I saw you and him drowning in the rain.
And then...
Orange juice Jones.
And then I hid it from my wife, because I didn't want her to see that I killed it.
Oh my God, you hit the body? It's like a murderer.
I stuffed it, I buried it.
This is getting crazy.
And then I was like, I'd never talk about it again, because then I was embarrassed. And then I was like, if anybody saw this, they'd be like, you don't know plants.
What time frame did this happen? Are we talking about 24 hours?
That's a great question because we have to walk through the timeline of this murder.
Yeah. Did you at least have 24 hours to enjoy it first?
No, because he ran to the backyard and murdered it.
And then on the opposite of that, when you brought in that variegated arrowhead the last time you came in here,
can't talk about it. They changed their name since then. I think the Guardians now.
I left it out on, like, we have this little area underneath a skylight in front of my sink.
The raccoon overlook.
I didn't replant it right away. I left it out there for like 5 to
because you're letting
7
it chill,
days,
bro, and it loved it.
And then I was watering it regularly.
Acclimation.
And then I put it to a slightly bigger pot, and it's thriving. It's 4 feet
living
tall
its
right now,
best life. Taller than I am.
And then beautiful variegated leaves come in. Like, it looks like a showpiece. And then when people come over, I'm like, look how good I am. And then
they'll go, oh, boy, Chunks, where is your block of velvet? Don't talk about it.
No, but it is important to realize that, like, that is, whether you're a professional grower or just an at-home consumer, I mean, that's the case with nearly everything we try in life. We get some of them right and we get some of them wrong, and how we go back and learn from the things we did wrong and then apply that to the next plant we have is how you get better at it over time. Everyone's going to battle pests from time to time. Everyone's going to do something, whether it's we had a whole batch of plants. I won't name the specific batch because people will probably get mad that we wasted them, but we decided, these have multiple stems, and we'll try to, like, kind of break them apart a little bit, and we'll have more to share with more people, and we can lower the price on them. And we did experienced growers. Our greenhouse team is amazing. They are going to grow over 100,000 plants this year. Wow. Yet that batch of 72, 0% success rate.
Wow,
so we all,
really?
so we all make mistakes. Again, it's how quickly you can then look back at that, self-analyze, and go, okay, well, then next time I plant that cutting, let me not plant it as deep. Next time I do that, let me wait a week until I try to repot it.
They call me Little Danny Deep Cuttings. I can't plant my cuttings shallow. I can't do shallow cuttings. You are so much more adult than Tom is when you're talking about mistakes, making them.
So it's the good at business.
But you're not flogging yourself. You're not punishing yourself for making the mistake. You see the positive outlook in that your failure is at some point just an experiment to gain knowledge for the next attempt.
Absolutely.
Do you see the positivity here?
Shane, what about, and I know I asked you this last time, but I have a problem with
remembering things. That's why I'm asking it again.
Overwatering plants. Mm-hmm. And the problem comes, there's a little bit of a THC factor in here.
You lose track of time.
Well, also,
did I already water this?
Yes, I forget what I did 10 minutes ago.
2 showers last night. Didn't even know.
Clean.
Didn't even wash my hair twice.
Because I partake in some, I got a bad problem sleeping.
Exactly. My back's out.
Anyway, and then I'm like, did I water this plant already? So then I
thought you were fingering the soil. Shouldn't you?
So the trick that everybody tells you is stick your finger in the soil and 2 inches down, and if it's dry, then it needs water, right? That's like the tried and true trick, right? But I stick my finger in there, and I'm like, is that wet or dry? My fingers are numb. Like, I can't feel.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So I'm like, am I feeling?
No wonder. Have your boys help you?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Use your son's fingers.
No, because
boys, I need your fingers. Daddy's fingers don't work. Finger my plants and tell me if they're wet, please. Save my plants with your fingers, boys.
Because they'll put their finger there and be like, I don't know. But I'm like, does it feel damp or not? And they're like, little. And I'm like, well, that doesn't help. Like, I need to know, is it dry or damp?
And you're like, let me try.
And then, and then I end up adding more because then I'm like, a little more water couldn't hurt, but it can hurt, Shane. Mm-hmm. Because then the leaves start yellowing, and then I take a picture of my plant app, and then they're like, well, this is a sign of too much water or too little water. Which one is it?
I hate that. I don't know which way to go.
Well, what is that? Like, that doesn't help me at all.
If they're saying this could be a sign of too little water, too much water, which way do you go? You're the expert.
Well, it depends on your environment, because in the greenhouses, it's very rare. Now, we do overwater some things, but it's much harder to overwater when it's 110 degrees.
True.
And your ability to basically recover from that is not very long. The bigger thing with overwatering is you're ultimately suffocating the roots. You're basically using water to completely suffocate. They do need oxygen. They need to be able to breathe.
You're waterboarding your roots.
Yeah. And it's hard to suffocate the roots because Questlove's a big dude.
Now, I will say the way that I, having grown up in greenhouses my entire life, being third generation to now run the same operation, like, I can tell just based on the weight of the pot. If you're familiar with how much soil goes into your normal sized nursery pot, you can use weight as a determiner of how basically how heavy it is the moisture content.
Well, that's a real plant daddy there. He can lift it and be like, "Yep, overwatered. I can tell.
I can tell by the weight of your pots. What's going on?
Yeah, I look at Sam. I'm like, you're overwatered. I look at my wife. I'm like, little guy.
As far as would I be on the side of like underwater overwatering? It again depends on what you're doing. If you're telling me it's my plant's directly under an AC vent, or I live someplace where it's cooler and it's average, 69 degrees in my house, whatever it is, then like you're probably going to be overwatering just based on the fact that temperature is not going to dry that soil out anywhere near fast. If you're on your back patio and the soil gets crusty, or like it's almost visual. You can almost tell visually sometimes if the soil is too dry.
It shrinks in from the pot, too.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it makes it in most soils, by nature, cocoa core is one of the few examples. Now, we don't use cocoa core in our blends right now, but
You hear that, Tom? He doesn't use cocoa core.
No, but
Cocoa core reminds me of Cocoa K, which is a scam and a great hot dog.
This is my favorite place in the world.
Exactly.
So when I saw Cocoa Core, I was like, I'm putting this in there.
Tom thinks that's fancy. That's why he always gets an inflatable raft or inflatable slide at his house, and then he stands back there. He's like, "My house is just like Cocoa K." Like, oh God, goddamn Cocoa K.
We've come to the conclusion.
No, but cocoa core will hold a lot of moisture, but most soilless potting mediums, because that's really what cocoa core, or they're not soil. Soil, by definition, is something you harvest from the ground. So whether it's peat moss that makes up the majority of your soil mixture, or cocoa core, either way, you're really harvesting something else, turning it into a medium.
We should do a podcast now where you're cocoa core and I'm peat moss, and welcome back to Plant Talk. You're a girl, though.
Oh, okay.
You're cocoa core. Get it? Cocoa core.
Again, vote for Gabriella Plants for best garden store / nursery and Orlando Weekly.
Yeah, it'll take you all of a minute and a half. Throw us a vote on there, and I think we got a bunch of other
all the
clients that are in there. Gringos is on there.
Yeah, when you see friends of the show or advertisers,
different bars
throw them
are
a
in
vote.
there. Johnny's is on there.
GabriellePlants.com. Use promo code Tom and Dan in checkout for a discount. Also, head by their store in Oviedo.
Yeah, if you've never been by the store, go by and blow your own mind, because they got some really, really amazing stuff.
Yeah, and those workshops you were mentioning, there's even more of those coming up. I know we're doing like a paint. We're doing something with pumpkins in October, so definitely check out all the different. We're painting
pumpkins.
We're gonna paint a pot. So then everyone who attends the paint a pot session will also get a free plant to put in it. So there's a lot of cool events that Alexa, our shop manager here locally, has been doing an amazing job with. So definitely check those out.
Great for kids too. Like there's
Alexa, plan event.
Yeah.
No, I had to get rid of all Alexas in my house. No, for real.
Because
like within the first 3 months of hiring her.
Yeah,
I was throwing each one at a TV. It was terrible. So
you should have made her change her name. That's what I would have done, Shane.
No, well, and then all my smart friends were like, "Well, you can change its name to Echo," and I'm like, I already threw it at the walls.
Thanks, Shane. Appreciate it. Again, GabriellePlants.com. We'll be right back. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. No, Samantha. She is on vacation. I saw her soaking in a beer tub.
Oh, yeah. Still?
Yeah, she's still in the tub. Still in the tub. Yeah, all wrinkly.
Fairville Megastore is here. Deborah and Jacques. How you guys doing?
We're great.
Doing awesome.
Jacques, when I went to write your name, because I write every guest's name down. It's a weirdo thing that I do.
So we
have to write everybody's name down on a white piece of paper.
Yeah, we have another guy that does a segment called Parks and Parlays, where he talks about the theme parks and then he does some gambling knowledge. Tom doesn't care about the theme parks, just gambling knowledge. But he'll write, his name's Joey. He'll write Joey every single time Joey's in it. Like, how do you can't forget the guy.
It's not new with reminding me of the name.
It's your workflow. It's your process.
It's just I write it down. I have no idea why.
What did you write? How did you spell Jock?
Well, that's the thing.
And do you say Jock? Do you say Jock or do you say Jacques?
Jacques. It's Jacques. And then I was like...
Because I said Jacques earlier, and I'm like, you can't say that. You can say Jacques.
Yeah. But then I was like, Jacques.
You can't say Jacques.
No, but I'm trying to sound up. I'm like, what letter is that? And then I'm like,
what do you mean, what? You don't know what Jacques starts?
Well, no, I know Jacques. But it's Jacques.
Well, it starts with the same thing. It's just you put a little.
What is that?
How do you represent?
But how do you represent? Because I wrote down Jacques. But it's
how do
not
you spell it?
J-O-C-K.
No. Okay.
So I get that a lot. I get that all the time. Jock and Jockus a lot. So it's Jacqueus.
Yeah. So you put the weird spelling at the end, even though it's wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's never been. I don't know what that noise is.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Do you know? Do you know if you know? I'm not even gonna. I was gonna do a Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau.
Yep.
You know what he wears when he plays baseball? A Jacques Coustrap. Thank you. Thank you.
You shouldn't have said don't say it.
Coustrap.
So I noticed we got ice cream now. I'm kind of afraid of it.
I noticed we have ice cream, me baby.
Yeah.
We do because one of our favorite companies, Wicked Sensual Care, they make lubricant, right?
Yes.
But they make the best flavors in the industry, and they released birthday cake. And I'm like, that's cool. Let's make a quick sundae. So I got some vanilla Breyers.
We're going to eat it off Jacques' belly.
I don't think anybody wants to do that.
No, I thought that's what you meant. Like, I was like, lay down, Dad. We're going to do like erotic ice cream.
That is all in summer, isn't it?
Yeah, you lay me on the table,
shots,
put a
body
couple
shots.
scoops on me.
Yeah. So I did bring some
cool you
individual. One for everyone, actually.
Okay, let's try
I haven't
it.
tried it either.
Let's do it.
I'm all in on this, and we've had it
Here, Tom, this
out
is
long
yours.
enough now where it's.
Tom's not eating sugar because he's watching his figure.
Well, the
No.
good news is this does not contain any sugar. The
Okay.
lubricant does
we
not.
need spoons. I can run and get spoons.
I got spoons.
Oh, you got spoons?
We're
Look at
all.
you. You guys are
I went a little crazy with mine.
so
Just a
prepared.
couple squirts in there.
Okay, a couple squirts of lube. Lube up your ice cream, Tom.
Now-
Now, this is all water based.
Tell your grandpa in heaven that you're eating lube off of ice cream. He'll love it.
Do I now? I could taste the lube like any detective.
Oh, you
would.
sprayed it.
No. I rub it on my finger and then I rub it on my gums.
I'm putting some drips. Drip, drip.
Yep, I just kind of stirred it around a
into
little bit
my
on the
ice
top.
Okay.
Jock, did you get some?
Go ahead.
Okay, all
All
right.
right.
But yeah,
Ladies first.
so like if you are a diabetic, don't put it on the ice cream, but you can put
Oh,
it
I
on
put
your
it on the
partner.
ice cream.
I did. Oh, I did on mine too.
Okay, I did it all over it. I'm going in. Oh, yeah.
I think I need more.
What tastes like? Yeah, I do too. I'm dry. Very
So-
dry. And it's sandy.
How much should I put on here?
That's good.
Like,
Put it on the ice cream, dude.
Well,
Put
I-
pull your pants
No,
off.
yeah.
Put it on the ice
It's got a
cream.
layer of birthday cake lube.
This is delicious.
I put.
My throat has never been silkier.
Well, how
before.
many squirts did you guys do? I did like
I did
12
like-
squirts.
Oh
did a
my
couple.
god! I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jacques
good.
did like
Yeah.
6 or 7.
No, Jock did a puddle.
Put a few.
All right. So,
Okay, I did.
This
6.
doesn't taste. Somehow I feel like this wouldn't taste as good on my wife.
You'd have to try.
You're right.
All right.
that's
that is
really
birthday
good.
cake.
That's a birthday cake.
That's really good.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing about that, and I'm being serious when I say that. Yeah, there's ice cream there, but if there was any nuance of anything being weird or gross or whatever, and I'm real picky about my ice cream, and thank you for not cheaping out. She bought the Breyers,
yeah.
like good ice cream, but it's so good. It's just like there's no way anybody would ever taste that and be like, yeah, that's lube.
Yeah.
You couldn't.
There's no aftertaste.
There's no way you could
Right.
do. There's no way anybody, even the most experienced chef, could taste that and be like, yeah, there's lube. But no one can.
You know what's funny is that our reps have said that they like keep all the flavors like on their desk and they put it in their coffee to do flavored coffee with it. I mean, it's just kind of a really.
Now you're just crazy
cool
if you do that,
product.
right? Because you could just use flavored coffee stuff, but they're like, no.
Hey, they make it.
I'm so
why not
committed to
use
my
it?
product.
They
I'm-
are.
Yeah, I support that.
They know what's inside that lube.
Now, what if I'm just
Okay,
having a
all
scenario?
right. Give me a
right
what
now,
if.
I love these.
Like because my I'm a horrible. I wouldn't say horrible, but
horrible father.
I mean, no. I'm bad at parenting and like
Well, that's
setting
what I just
boundaries. yeah,
Setting boundaries.
yeah. And so my son, Tommy, they both do it, but Tommy the most every single day comes in the middle of the night and sleeps in our bed, right? And we didn't establish any rules or say like,
He
hey,
won't
you're
want to
gonna-
get in there if you're covered in lube.
well, now he's
you gotta
Slide
lube
out.
you gotta lube yourself up. And you're like, ew.
And by the way, I think I made the announcement that this couldn't go on past 8.
Well, you gotta put your
well,
foot
now
down.
we're here.
You gotta put your foot down.
I can't put my foot down. It's
Well,
always
I
up.
look
My
amazing.
feet, both feet up.
Yeah, I look
That's how I live my
amazing.
life.
Like I look amazing. I'll be like, what the hell are you doing here? Go to your room.
Yeah, no, I don't want to because like I also look like all right. This is gonna leave. He's gonna leave one day. He's gonna be
Yeah.
a man.
Yes.
And then he'll never sleep in the bed again,
No.
I'll be devastated. Anyway, so
Come and sleep with your dad in the bed.
what if, the night before some sort of miracle happened and we got out the cake flavored lube, right? And so we're,
You're lubing up the
Making love.
cake. Don't say making love.
And then-
so we're making love
and then-
in the moonlight.
And then, and it's always like a huge undertaking to get everything back in the drawer. And then
How much it is? Oh my
Wow,
God.
they're
Well,
breaking
it's
out
like,
the
where's that
equipment.
thing? And then you're trying to look around, like we can't leave it. We can't leave it out because Tommy's going to be in here, and then he's going to find it under
Lock
the
your
pillow.
damn door.
And then, but then the next morning, like Tommy wakes up, or they
I smell birthday cake.
oh, he's like,
You're a
with
party.
cookies? These are cookies in
Somebody's
here.
baking cookies in mommy's underwear.
I know. I'm just saying. What if he says like, "Oh, I thought there's some sort of cake around," and then I'm like, "Oh,
I gotta find the cake. And then he gets under the sheet.
I feel like it'll traumatize me,
Yeah.
right? Not even him because he won't know, but he'll be like, "I smell cake," and I'm like,
I
"Oh."
smell cake.
It
Your
go-
pajama pants smell like cake.
No, don't you ever say that.
It's water soluble. So
Oh, okay, so it goes away.
Tell that to your
Clean up.
son.
I smell cake.
It's water soluble.
Sorry, what's the next?
I don't know. Now I'm lost.
That's delicious.
room.
But it is good. They're
Yeah.
honestly some of the best flavors.
And what is it's wicked, right?
It's Wicked Sensual Care.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wicked Sensual Care. I have people that ask me, "Hey, what was the one?" Because we started years ago with salted caramel,
Yeah.
and people are like, "What was the one that was the one?" Or was
Yeah.
it candied apple?
They have candied.
Both.
Yeah, they had that. I don't know if they retired the candied apple, but I know they still have.
They're
the
really
salted
good, though.
caramel. They have blueberry muffin now. It's a new one. Mango.
Yeah, mango.
I got this
Yeah.
question a while ago. Do they have just no flavor?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
So there you go. So
Yeah.
because sometimes you don't want that,
Yeah.
but sometimes you're brand loyal. Like me, I know you're going to think I'm a crazy person.
No.
But if I looked in my cabinet and it was all Wicked Sensual Care and
Yeah.
all flavors, and then I had one big jar of Jerry's lube, I'd be like, damn it, I wish they made a seriously.
Yeah,
I would be
right.
like, I want to
Yeah.
keep them all nice, and I don't
Yeah.
want to get to the end and it's like hair products. Everybody's like Aveda, Dep. You don't want that.
Yeah,
You
no.
want them all.
No, you can stay consistent with
Okay.
that line. They have something for everyone.
There
and,
you
and
go.
yeah, just regular lubes. And they even have a line that is called Simply, and it has less ingredients in it.
Oh.
So for people who are really concerned about less is more.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're a very conscientious company.
That's cool.
Really good
Lay's
stuff.
does that. They have the Simply Ruffles.
Yeah.
Ruffles.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, just keep it simple, stupid. Kiss.
There you go.
Kiss that. Kiss the.
Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I can't stop looking at.
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So,
So yeah, you know how we love this is our local brand, Uberime. They make custom molded items, and most of the time they don't necessarily look like anatomy. They're fantasy. So I've brought in the tentacle before.
Yeah. Yes. Tom was enamored with the tentacle.
Yeah, and I don't even know what you want to call this, but it's pretty darn cool. So this is their custom design. We just kind of select the colors, and we can do a multitude of different colors. But we just thought that this
This
was
is
really cool. All
called-
hand poured silicone.
This is called the dragon's finger.
okay. Yeah.
What is that?
It's called a dragon dildo. We can say that. That's how perverted I am. I looked at it. I was like, that's a dragon's finger, and I was very close.
Yeah. That thing is.
I'll keep it low.
It's.
That is a.
Meeting.
Well, I think you could kind of. It's not even. Well, I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like I could put it on my head like a unicorn.
You could.
Yeah.
That is really well done. That's
So-
the biggest fishing lure I've ever seen. No, I'm kidding.
So with these kind of things,
That's locally made?
Locally made in
Wow.
Orlando. Yeah, it's great to have a manufacturer that's local, and as you know, we love to support local artisans.
That's super
and
detailed.
manufacturers. Yeah,
How do they even make
I've been to his workshop, and
So
he's
he-
moved it because he had to have more space.
Sure.
But all hand poured, custom molded.
and he makes the mold himself, and then
Yes.
it's like
incredible.
it's almost like you're getting a one-off. That's ridiculous.
yeah,
man.
they're all unique.
wow.
follow me here, but in this,
Look, if you were holding that and said "follow me," I'd be like, you know what, I'm out.
in this genre of fantasy items, I'll call them, and
Tentacle.
yeah.
Dragon's bone. The dragon's bone.
Like the anime
It's
stuff.
weird that they all seemingly go to the ocean or
Not
reptile.
all. Not all.
But it's all a lot of reptile ocean, not much mammal. Like there's
Too much fur.
you
You don't want to be hand threading that thing.
It's all octopus and squid
smooth,
and
scaly.
dragons. It's weird though,
smooth.
right? Wouldn't you prefer like a mammal? Like you would be
Too much
like
hair, man. I'm telling you.
some sort of fantasy mammal, like a bull or
Well, yeah,
you
but
know.
you'd have to be a hairless bull.
Yeah. I guess it would be too close to a human, right?
Well, this is truly fantasy. I feel like the other one, you're just kind of dipping your toe into bestiality.
Okay,
Right?
Yeah,
I'm being
it's a
serious.
little-
I'm being
Yeah,
serious.
okay,
Like,
so it has to go
if
so
you're like,
far.
hi, I'm Bill, and I like sleeping with bears, people are going to be like, well, you should be arrested. But if you're like, hi, I'm Bill, and I really want to sleep with an avatar dragon, people are like, that's cool.
yeah, you're right,
Bill.
You're right. You figured it out. That's it. All I needed was an answer. All I need is an answer.
We talk things out on here. Like, I feel like in a lot of ways, we're the dumbest show, becoming the smartest show.
All right.
You're on the
You
journey.
are a work in progress.
Well, you're on the journey, right?
Yeah, right?
We're all in this
All right.
together. We're more alike than we are different.
All right.
Yep.
Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
What do we got next here?
Well, summer colors. We've talked about the rose. People still come in and want the rose. But
Don't
guess
know what. I've never seen that before, and
Yeah.
you're acting as if we have, and now I'm concerned about my
Okay.
memory because you're
so
like,
I probably have talked about it. It is an air suction device that caught fire on Amazon, and then it just social media picked it up, and then everybody had to have the rose. I'm still quite partial to air pressure
Oh, wow.
technology, but this is suction.
is this like a womanizer, Rose?
Only it's suction, not air.
Yeah,
it's
the
air
womanizer,
pulsation.
it does like a poof, like a gentle poofing. This is
more of a
oh
suction.
man, the women don't need us. All they need is a couple roses.
So it came out first in just a red color, and now we've got it in yellow.
The yellow rose of Texas.
Yellow. We have more of a chartreuse. We have, I think, a little. I don't even
Put
know
your
what
finger
colors
on it.
we have.
Yeah.
Purplish.
Tell me that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, social media.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
If I were a lady, I would have a rose in every room. Seriously,
I'm not-
because I run hot. I'd be
You're
a spicy girl
guy,
too.
yeah.
I don't think I'd be some prude. I'd be like your greatest customer. I'd be in there
Well,
every day.
You say put your finger. I'm like okay.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
I don't know what this does.
Oh, the
This is
top.
Literal.
the top.
Yeah, well, he hit it. Yeah, he hit
Jack, you want to take that one?
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I'm not. Yeah.
it. Yeah, Jock hit it.
You're just
You put it on the top.
You can use it
You can
on.
Nipple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Literally
but-
anything
okay.
Like the
that's
first place
sensitive.
I went to is take it to the top. We all win. If you know what I mean.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So you just you dab it on there.
Yeah, a little goes a long way. I think you do a
just
little,
hold it.
and then you kind of look at her, and you're like, hey,
You can adjust the
good, and then, or
the
maybe,
intensity.
you know what I like to do, and I'm not joking here. I put my hand on it, I put her hand on my hand, and you just tell me where you want me to go. That way, we're both involved in the process.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
That's fun.
okay.
That's a good idea.
Well, she can do it better though, right? Without
Yeah, but
my
then you're not
hand.
involved.
Okay, well, yeah.
This guy's there's no
Somebody's
helping
gotta
him.
hold it.
and it's incorporating your partner into play it's a great idea because
Now-
there is still some intimidation by some people about bringing products into the bedroom.
Oh, sure. This though is I feel like this would be a good one because it's kind of
it's
innocent.
external, it's fun. It's,
Now,
Beginner's
Is it
Yeah.
would it be considered poor taste for me to wear this like a boutonniere?
Okay, yeah.
where are you wearing it?
Yeah, wherever I
The
want.
governor's
Deborah.
ball.
Yeah, I'd be wearing this at I wear this at every business meeting we have from here on out.
The people who know
Yeah.
would know.
Yeah,
People are going to think it's one of
Yeah.
those squirting roses.
Exactly.
I've got like a boutonniere.
Can you put like a fake stem and get a bouquet of
Oh,
those?
bouquet! of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Oh my god!
You'd
Here's
be
a big-
popular.
But it'd be too many, I guess. You don't
Yeah.
use one at
Oh,
a time.
not
enough. But that's something that you could probably get away with just leaving on your bedside table next to your alarm clock, right? Because people wouldn't immediately go to
that one
sexual wellness product.
You know what that looks like? It looks like a Japanese egg timer.
Yeah.
You could set that in your kitchen and no one would ever know.
Or just some decoration, like if that was sitting,
discreet.
On your counter.
Yeah,
I don't. But I guess with the popularity of everybody knowing on what they see on social media, they're like, there it is. Like, the rose.
Yes, the pea rose.
And this is waterproof, by the way, because I think I saw somebody asking about cleaning. So it's easy enough to clean. It's silicone, so
really well made. Yeah.
Yep, good stuff, right?
Well, I love that guy.
So red roses, yellow roses, pink roses. We got roses.
Very cool.
I thought you said Pete Rose, and then immediately I went, I had that guy's haircut.
I don't have one of those. No.
Pete Rose.
No.
I had his haircut. Pete Rose haircut.
Pete Rose.
Oh my God! You stole Pete Rose's hair.
Yeah. No.
Anyway,
No.
all right. What do we got?
You also have a gambling addiction. You are Pete Rose.
I know.
You're the ghost of Pete Rose.
But I'm Pete Rose. No, sorry.
New Sensual. I'm not sure if I brought one of these in, but this is aluminum, right, Jacques?
Yep.
It's
Oh my God, you can recycle it.
It's a bullet. Like we've seen the bullets, the hard plastic bullets, whatever. This is made out of aluminum, so it's
wow.
great for
Premium.
Well, and it's nice for temperature play, and it's rechargeable as well. And it's made by New Sensual, which is known for really powerful, motors.
Oh yeah,
that's
man.
rumbling.
Yeah, this one.
It's cool. It's pretty too.
I love it. Not to geek out, but I love it when you guys bring in products and I'm like, the build quality of this is as good as or better. You know what?
Yeah.
The build quality of this is better than my Tesla because they haven't been in business long. The fit and the finish is a little rough, but this is like. Feel that.
It's substantial.
It's so
wow.
It's got weight.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
heavy.
Like, but it's got weight to it. It's like when you buy a cell phone case and you put the cell phone case in your cell phone and your cell phone feels light. You're like, well, this is garbage. But if you get one with some heft to it, almost feels like you're buying. I know it's psychological. I know it might be a trick.
Yeah.
But it's really well made.
And that has two motors in it.
It's just like a Tesla.
It has gentle warming. So it's like anything you
That's
want in that
fancy.
thing, it's in
got
it. It's
heated
crazy.
seats.
Heated seats. Yeah.
Gentle warming. Wow, that's
Gentle
crazy.
I had to check, but 7 speeds. Yeah.
My God. Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Not to tell the manufacturers how to do their job, but I feel like if this was a little bit longer, people would think it's a toothbrush holder, like a traveling, and then it could be more discreet. It's like
That's pretty good.
We will pass that along.
in your drawer. It just needs to be like 1 inch longer, and it's like, oh, this is just a fancy toothbrush
there is
holder.
absolutely nothing phallic about that at all. But if you needed it to go, it's got 7 different speeds, and it warms, and it's got like every feature
and
known
that
to
was
man.
Powerful motors.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
And I'm assuming that since they've been doing this for a very long time, the durability factor for these type of products is very good.
And they have warranties too. So we always tell people take a picture of the receipt because just make a little file for your receipts.
Indeed.
I also assume that people should feel shame with their sexual wellness product. Like I think the home condition growing up, like you should hide these or keep these like away from anybody seeing them. But that shouldn't be. It's weird that we like. Why couldn't you just have this on your dresser open or whatever?
You could.
Like I feel like most people
We
hide
need to
it
lock
away.
our bedroom door and have a little boundaries,
But
you know what's funny is I did have somebody reach out to me that buys some stuff online. And they were kind of going through their woes of not being able to return it. And I said, well, that's your... I mean, you should have gone to Fairvilla. You should have gone and talked to them because in a lot of times, like if something isn't right for you or whatever, you're going to find that out beforehand by just talking to your staff because they have a lot of knowledge. But beyond that, you guys are real people that deal with things not being right or whatever. And you've been in this business for so long that the benefit of dealing with Fairvilla is you actually get humans that have intelligence and thought. You're not just dealing with an Amazon or a bot or an email.
Well, in a day and age where everything is bought online, like I feel like this is the true benefit of going to the store so you can see
Don't buy this online.
because then there's no
it's
perspective.
Too intimate of an area to buy. I don't buy. They're like it's like shoes. I can't buy shoes online. I have specific needs, It's the same way. You have specific needs. Go talk to the experts.
Well, and it's important because something looks really great online doesn't mean that it's well suited for your body. And everybody likes different amounts of vibration or sensitivity or things like that.
Like spandex is not meant for me. When I put it on, I look gross. I look gross.
I'm glad you brought that up because the intensity of the vibration, that's something that there's no way to describe online. Right. Like that, you have to feel that for yourself because
You're
it's
right.
like if someone's
It's like a dog trying to tell you it's in pain.
Yeah, I'm like,
can't.
if it says very intense vibration or middle of the road, you're like, well, what does that mean?
By the way, I've
How am I
arrested
supposed to
myself
gauge
for
that?
analogies from now on out. I can't make analogies when they're here. Why would I make a dog in pain analogy?
I was wondering,
when I
but
fair
I was
village.
letting it
Like
go.
that doesn't make it's
insane.
It's horrifying.
What do we got next here?
Okay. Since we're still on our summer theme,
Yes.
I talked a lot last time about Cal Exotic Novelties, and they have released some more toys in their California Dreaming line.
Oh, wow.
And that is just a super cool. It's
got like a-
Oceanside Orgasm.
It's got a megaphone on
It
the
has
top of it.
3
Suction.
motors with suction on an external arm.
Oh,
made
wow.
for internal and external use.
Holy moly!
Yep.
This thing now. This is a little more advanced. That's more your
That is
speed.
advanced.
Yeah, that's more your
It's
speed.
rechargeable, waterproof.
There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
You're going. Coming at it from all angles on that guy.
Yep.
And
Don't be mashed. Why do you always do
It's
that?
doing really
You
well.
just start hammering the buttons.
Well,
You're
because
like my wife with a TV remote.
you hand it to me, and then it shakes my hands numb, and then my
I thought
carpal
it would
tunnel
feel good for
no,
your carpal tunnel.
The vibration, both my hands are numb from holding.
Oh my God! What if I start handing him vibrators? He starts crying.
And so I have to immediately turn them
Yeah.
off because I like.
Oh, these vibrating motors. What happened today at work? Well, Daniel's handing me vibrators, and it
No,
hurts
I
my
can't-
carpal tunnel.
No, I can't hold anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's something that this design is seemingly very popular because of the top bottom thingamajiggy.
Yes.
That's just science. That's just science. I'm convinced
yeah.
you say these things just to become clip of the week. 'Cause that's the most insane thing I've ever. So is this a younger? This seems like a young company, right? No.
No. This is one of the earliest companies that we've done business with.
Really?
Yeah. Doc Johnson, Cal Exotics. Those are 2 of our oldest companies in our industry.
It's really hip. Like
and that's the cool thing is they stay relevant. They really experiment with color and design, and it's funny because I was just looking. The founder they have a little bio, a little information on the side, and she actually has on there. They were established in 1994. So for our industry,
God,
that's longevity.
I was graduating from high school then.
94.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
That is a long time ago. All right, let's keep moving here.
And then just because we're kind of in this pink theme going
Yeah, I
on
love the pink.
and new stuff in summer, and this felt really fresh, we have a line of some fetish cuffs and tons of accessories. It's called Electra Playthings, and this company, this is NS, right? Yeah, NS Novelties. And this is not leather. It's pleather, so if you're concerned about that. But it's so fun. It's so bright. You could actually wear these as accessories out to like festivals and things like that. So we brought a couple different things to show you, and it's all so reasonable. Like this collar and leash set's $35.
I'm gonna start using this around the studio. Like, hey, Samantha, get to editing. Just a couple pops on our bottom. I feel like just a motivational pop. It's a business pop.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a really cool bright neon pink.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the hardware that's on here, it's just super good quality. I don't think that we can take that out of there if we'd like. But I just wanted to
Get
share.
to work.
Just know that we have new styles coming in like all of our departments, even in our fetish fun department here. This new colors. We have glow in the dark. We have this cool electric pink. We have you name it. We have Christmas colors coming out.
I wonder if any good old boys have ever made their way into Fairvilla and bought one of these for their jumbo dogs. If they're
Jock?
like,
believe
it
we
had to have happened as
yeah.
long
Oh,
as
yeah.
you guys have been open.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want the same old Tractor Supply collar I get
Yeah.
Jerry.
The
I'm
one
gonna
with the
get him
spikes. And,
Yeah.
get him something fancy.
Well,
This is so well made.
Yeah.
we have all the heavy leather stuff too, of course. But
Oh no! I
most
got
people
ice
just
cream
want-
on this. I'm sorry.
You got ice cream? That's okay.
Oh no! I got ice cream on the paddle.
I put it right in the ice cream.
If that's what you
I
like,
shouldn't hand you this stuff.
hey,
Here, I'll give that back to Jock.
I'm not going to judge you.
It's nice because you can clean it right off. It's like it was made for this.
Exactly.
It was made for ice cream
I don't
to
know
get
if it's
on.
made for ice cream.
All of these things are easily made to clean, and that's kind of the beauty of it being just
I love it.
a non-leather another item.
And those can be used as like festival wear
Correct.
and
And
costuming, and that'll be coming up soon too, right? I mean, you guys.
Oh my gosh!
Is it
I
happening?
have seen some of the new stuff we're bringing in catalogs. So let's see. I can't believe that we're already facing down August.
I know.
So yeah, you're going to see us start loading things in, through August, September. We're going to keep festival year round now.
Great.
And that's going to be a staple in all of our locations. But the new stuff that's coming out from like Daisy Corset and some of the other big Jay Valentine.
Yeah.
It is so cool. So I encourage people to come and shop year round and just kind of keep adding to that segment of their wardrobe if they enjoy festivals. I know people might be going to like Rolling Loud this weekend in Miami. If you're looking for some adornment,
that's this weekend.
come and check it out because we always have festival makeup and glitter.
And there's always new stuff coming in too.
Yeah.
So that's what's keeping it fresh all the time.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that if you are going, because most of my friends are doing because I think most of our festivals are at least the ones around here.
Winter.
We've kind of cycled through them, or they will be coming up. But you can get your stuff here and then make sure it fits and make sure you're looking good. Again, another benefit of having brick and mortar and being able to talk to the people is the ability to try it on, or at least have the person say, why don't you try this, And you guys have a lot of different festival wear that you can, mix and match.
Yeah.
Is there any like VIP with festivals? Like
What do you mean?
like an area VIP?
I think so, yeah.
So you don't have to be in the general public.
Like a big dog ticket. Yeah, I think so.
There's like just a sea of humanity. And I'm just like, well.
You mean like old people seats for like if you still like? I'm sure there are people that still love club music. Like I got DJ buddies that are older than me that I'm sure still love dance music but don't want to be in the sea.
Because everything else about the festival, I'm all about. It's like you go there,
the music, the drinks, the party, the drugs,
all of it. And then it's like being smushed into a sea of humanity, and then I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. Then you have to, excuse me.
I ate a churro.
No, but then you gotta go all the way out, and then you can't get back to your original place. So then you're stuck in the back here because
I lost my light up glasses.
So I'm like, just an area. I still want Steve Aoki's cake in my face.
Yeah.
But
what does that mean?
No.
You want Steve Aoki to sit on your face?
No. Because he throws the cakes. I know the festival scene.
Nobody knows the festival scene like Tom does.
No,
Tom and Jock, the festival boys. Yeah,
but
over my head.
It's just I still want to be up close to what's going on, and I want the all that environment. But in my own, I don't want my own bathroom, air conditioned bathroom, all that stuff.
Yeah. I think they have that.
They do.
See it.
My daughter paid for one of those tickets last year at EDC. She got the preferential bathroom and all that.
See, that's where then it's like, all right, I'm back at it again.
Yeah, you throw money at anything.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I go there and then what's a festival ticket cost?
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a lot.
$35?
No.
More.
Yeah. I mean, like maybe a one-day pass or something. Maybe, but I think it's more than that.
A couple hundred.
A couple hundred?
Yeah.
For Aoki to throw
that's what you wanted. You're the one that wanted it.
And that's for the cheap seats? What's the VIP? That's $1,000?
Oh, at least.
Oh, man.
No, maybe $750.
I guess, well, if you can afford that, then you go get some nice festival
I'll just
wear.
stay at home, get my own cake.
Well, look, a lot of people will even make payments on their festival tickets. That's what I'm saying. Start now. Start looking at the items.
You can affirm them. Put them on a firm.
Start building up your costuming or your festival wear now. Come look at the shoes and the boots we're getting in, because doing it all at one time can be kind of expensive. So start it now.
Yep.
Yeah,
there you go.
Reuse your pieces too. Mix and match.
And multiple locations, but obviously I'm going to guess if you want the main, delivery of festival wear, main location, right? Flagship store.
Yeah, OBT.
OBT, you're going to want to go there. Let's hit all locations if we can remember them
location
correctly.
iDrive, location Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee, location over on the coast, and of course, Key West.
Yes.
Nailed it. How is Key West? How's that location
It's
doing?
good. Actually, tourists are coming back. They're really strong right now. The numbers are good, and it's just hot down there. But, it's lobster or mini season next week.
Yeah.
So it's
I always
gonna
get a
be
little
crazy.
offended when people say it's mini season. I'm right here. I'm right
Man, I remember in the heart of the housing recession, like when it was like 2010.
Yeah.
There were houses still selling in the Keys for like $350.
Yeah.
Like you could get a foreclosure for $350, and that's at Alamorada, but it's like still like still house for $350 foreclosure. Oh,
Wish we'd bought it.
no, God.
Yeah.
And me and my friends were talking. We should all go in. They're like,
That's a lot of Aoki cake.
all right, guys, thanks so much for coming by.
We love having you guys in. Jacques, what a great surprise having you in
Nice to see
today.
you,
Please come back and see us again. Guys, always a pleasure seeing you. We'll take a break and come back. Is that it, or are we coming back?
Yeah,
No, we're coming back.
Yeah, we're coming right back.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We're always really excited when we get to talk to our friends over at OCLS, the Orange County Library System. And let me just reiterate that you're gonna have to work really hard to beat my wife and daughter at checking out books and how many they're dominating over the summer, because they are straight nerds and they take advantage of the ability to have free books in your home at all times. And my wife and daughter are always doing it. Me, not so much. But on the line with us right now via Zoom from the Orange County Library System is Josh Seidel. Why did I say it wrong? I even asked him.
You got it on
Josh Seidel is here. He's from the events department at OCLS. Hey, thanks for being on the line, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, no worries. I really appreciate you having me on.
So, Josh, let's talk Pedal Palooza. It's happening this Saturday.
Pedal Palooza?
Yeah, July 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So, tell us about Pedal Palooza.
Yeah, so this is the first time we're having something like this. I started, been biking a lot since the pandemic started.
Nice.
Been biking to work. Wanted to get some people in the community together. So right now we're working with 6 different organizations, which is Winter Garden Wheelworks, Rethink Your Commute, Bike Walk Central Florida, Sorba, which is the mountain biking group here in Orlando, and the Orlando Bike Coalition, as well as the Florida Watermelon Association, because it's going to be a hot day. So,
oh my God, you're working with Samantha. That's awesome. It's incredible that she's...
Hold on, there's a Florida Watermelon Association? I had no idea.
So there is a national watermelon board, and
my God.
They put me in contact with the Florida Watermelon Association. But they're both based here. I mean, the national's based in Orlando, and then Florida Watermelon, I believe, is in Tampa.
Are we known for our watermelon, Josh? Is that a thing that Orlando and I like that he's like,
where's the watermelon fields? I never see them.
No,
like,
you never will. They're underground.
I see the fern
the fern people are flashier. The watermelon people, they like to keep it close to the vest.
I see citrus. I see strawberries. I don't see watermelon fields.
You never will.
Yeah. They're very, very sneaky plants.
He's right. Josh is right. They're sneaky fields.
Stay close to the ground.
Yeah, they're low. They're low like me. Very like.
Have I passed by watermelon fields
every day?
I don't?
Yeah,
every day.
But you would see them big ass watermelons.
They're everywhere. They just blend in.
Hold on, we need to get someone from the Florida Watermelon Association on the line. I need to talk watermelons.
We demand facts.
Sorry, Josh. Back to Pedal Palooza.
No, I'm just as excited as you are. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be the actually from the watermelon is going to be the Florida Watermelon Queen is going to be coming. So
what?
There's a queen.
There's a queen watermelon.
There is a queen. Yeah. The things you don't know until you just find something and then it just keeps going.
And so, I think this is our first time having Josh on the show, and I just got to tell you, just in first impressions, you fit our show perfectly, man. I'm loving you in this role of giving us some new events that OCLS is flying up the flagpole.
Oh, hold on.
Back to Watermelon Queen.
Let's talk about this.
For it.
We were talking about Pedal Palooza, but now he wants to go full Watermelon.
We'll get back to that.
Okay,
we'll get back to that.
We'll circle back. Yeah,
we got
for sure.
Okay, follow me here. I feel like whoever does the marketing for the strawberry is pretty good, because there's a lot of strawberry festivals.
Yeah.
I haven't yet to see one watermelon festival.
Strawberry benefits as being one of the 3 most recognizable flavors. Now, dare I say it's third place, but is one of the 3 most recognizable flavors in our lexicon. So I'm telling you right now that it doesn't. It's not fair. Strawberry is big strawberry. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Watermelon doesn't get that benefit, man.
But they're not Neapolitan yet, but they're trying.
Josh
they're really
knows.
pushing for it.
But
get strawberries out of here.
Yeah, like vanilla, chocolate, watermelon.
Watermelon is the quintessential
Summer treat.
summer
Yes.
fruit.
Yeah, it is the summer
Right.
fruit.
And it's been like that for years. And also, I've recently found out. Now, Josh, you were gonna have to ask the watermelon board about this. But when I was on this camping trip, I saw a bunch of broken up watermelons like laying around trash cans, and I couldn't figure out why. But they were like, it seemed to be attracting all the big black doo-doo flies that were around, and
they love them.
And they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, you break a watermelon over here to bring all the flies away from the campers. That has to be a thing, because I saw it everywhere I went. So not only is it a delicious summer treat, but it can be used as a fly repellent, I guess, attract flies.
I think you need to add that last
Toss
part.
over into the neighbor's yard.
But I guess if you're eating them, all the flies will come
Yeah,
to you.
I mean, if you rub it all over your face, if you're holding
We're gonna figure that out. But if we put one over there, I don't know. So, Josh, back to Palooza. So, tell us about the event.
So basically, I just wanted to get, like I said, I've been biking a lot myself recently, and just new in Orlando. I have been in Orlando for a long time, but I knew it was always like tough for me to like get around in different places in town. So we're one of the number one like pedestrian like test in the country, which is kind of crazy. And so like for biking, but there are some really, really good areas in town that you can bike and do it well and safely. And one of those places is right in front of the Winter Garden Library. The West Orange Trail kind of runs right alongside of that on Plant Street. So I just figured we'd get a bunch of folks down there. It's the same day as the farmers market. So we're going to be hopefully grabbing some people from there, checking it out. And as people bike by, they'll be able to talk to folks who know bikes, know how to keep it safe, know how to, repair, get some things done like that. And they're all such cool organizations in town. So
I love it. Yeah, I've actually ridden that I ride bikes myself almost every day.
Nice.
The West Orange Trail is phenomenal. And you're right. It's right there in front of I believe that's the Winter Garden branch, right?
That's correct. And that's where it's going to be at. So on Saturday.
And that's awesome. And what time can people meet you down there?
Yeah, so we're going to be set up right around 11 o'clock in the morning. We're going to be there till about 2 in the afternoon. So, so Saturday, 11 to 2. Grab some fruit and veg from the farmer's market, grab some fruit here, and then, talk bikes.
I love it. Bikes and watermelon. I love it.
Josh, let me ask you this.
Sure thing.
In all these, bike get-togethers, bicycle get-togethers that I see, whether it be some sort of takeover or, a group of bicyclists go down in groups or whatever, there's always one guy with a tall penny farthing and a top hat.
Yeah.
And he's
the tryhard.
And he brings his penny farthing.
It's like the guy in the business meeting that starts making jokes.
Yeah.
When you all just want to get out of the meeting, it's like a Friday afternoon and you've got this meeting, but then you got Jerry over here that's tried all of his new stand-up.
So do you think there's going to be a penny farthing out there at Palooza?
Hey, we can only hope, but no unicycles, so gotta have two wheels.
Well, how do you feel?
I like that. I like the ban on unicycles because Josh, I was about to go hard on unicycles.
You drew a line in the sand,
and I'm glad you did because there's also another guy with a tall ass unicycle.
So what about tall bikes though?
Tall bikes that's fine, but the tall unicycle, I don't like how fast you have to pedal it because you look goofy.
Well, he's got all the chain linkage going all the way down,
and then they do the move where when you balance, you have to go back and forth, back and forth.
It might be a jealousy thing, is why the band's on. So I've tried once, fallen down many times, and hasn't happened again.
My wife's mother is a professional unicyclist.
Really?
Yeah.
She knows how to.
Andrea's mom, yeah.
Oh, can she still do it?
Oh, yeah, still got it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
The problem with Andrea's mom is...
Why haven't we had her on stage?
She's going to get mad if I say that, but I'll say it. The problem with Andrea's mom is that if there's a unicycle anywhere and she sees it, it's like game on. So
Yeah,
I
show it
can't let her see unicycles. Like if we are somewhere, there's like we could be at like.
Well, I want to see her do it.
We could be at a Bennigan's and there's one on the wall for flair, and she'd like yank it down and just go it around the parking
Like
lot.
she can't stop herself.
Can't stop herself.
Well, why hasn't Andrea learned how to do
Never
the
got
family
the bug.
tradition?
Never got the
of
bug,
unicycle?
and I think it hurt Vicky, her mom. I think it hurt her deeply that she didn't want to carry on.
yeah.
That you would want that. Like even Andrea's dad wanted her, I think, to be in insurance. You know, the two dreams of Andrea's parents were insurance on her dad's side and unicycle on the mom's side, and neither of them stuck.
Couldn't figure out a way to fit them together. Like that's the.
No, she's in the chat room. People are saying, "Is this fake?" No, ask her. Straight up, ask her. It's not fake.
Josh, I now want to ask you general bicycle questions. Okay.
Well, are you prepared to like? Because he might start asking you dumb stuff to make you look bad.
So
don't let him do that, Josh. Josh, don't let him do that.
I'm gonna do my best. Hey, listen, I'm here for. I'm ready to game. Let's do it.
Again, ocls.info for all information. This is Pedal Palooza.
This is just one of
July
the many
23rd,
1 million events that these guys do that are awesome. That,
free.
Yeah, that's totally free, and you guys can be a part of. And like my daughter read all these books. I get them all confused because you guys have so many different cool programs. But Maisie read all these books, and then she swung by one of the branches of the library, and then turned in some card for reading these books, and then they just gave her a bag of toys. That's how it works.
It's crazy. The prize. I saw the prize list this year that just went out, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah,
so,
it's sizable the amount of stuff that kids can get just by reading books or participating. But anyway, general bike questions. Yes, Tom.
So let's talk bike helmets because nowadays, like.
I'm anti the mohawk on the helmet.
Yeah.
If you're a little kid and you're wearing that, I just want to slap it off the top of your head. I hate it. I hate it.
But so nowadays, obviously, people understand how brain safety is so important, and like brain trauma can be so devastating to people.
Mo DeWitt, our attorney, has his Helmet Heads program.
Yeah. And of course, I make my sons every time they attempt to ride their bicycle or anything wear a helmet because it's something we didn't do in the 80s. Josh, you look way younger than us, but I don't know if you're familiar, but in the 80s there was no helmets. That wasn't a thing.
Well, that's why you see a lot of our world leaders now are dumb as hell because they all hit their heads. They all hit their heads when they were kids, and now they're all idiots.
Like nobody was wearing helmets. Skiing, like it's no helmets.
No helmets.
Like
hockey players didn't wear helmets.
Right. Yeah, you just got
football players just put a scrap of leather on the top. That'll do.
Yeah, like just put one bar in front of his face. So now we see like that was devastating to our generation.
Yeah.
Like
we're just not getting back to good. I feel like.
We all are suffering
generational lumpy heads.
Yeah. Well, not the CTE, the dementia. Who knows? Like, there's a lot of people that are not right from it. Including myself.
And I think me, even though I say I don't have anything, there's something in there.
So now it's important that we set a good example for the youth and wear helmets. But I just have a problem with the bicycle helmet.
Yeah.
It looks. Yeah. It does not look
mine.
cool.
I got a cool one. I bought one of those 1,000.
What?
Mine looks
yeah,
like
but it's got holes and it's
mine is black and it hangs over like a baseball hat. It's made by this company called 1,000. And it's a hipster, it's a cool dude hat. It's like, it makes me look like a cool dude.
Okay, so it's not...
Andrea makes fun of me because she's like, "Oh, you have your fashion hat on," because she wears the nerd with the holes in it. It looks like I don't want my helmet to look like the Predator's wiffle ball bat. You know, like it's got holes in it and it's swoopy dues. I look like a villain from Halo, the video game. I don't need to look like one of the aliens from Halo. Yeah. Just give me a regular helmet.
Because you know what? Like,
she linked it in the chat room.
Like full face BMX or like motocross style helmets. Like
those
look cool.
Those are cool.
Like you put on a BMX full face helmet, like something a BMX racer would wear. Like those look cool. But the Tour de France, the road bike helmets, they look nerdy.
Got the F1 helmet going on my cycle is people are starting to look.
I like the one that they do for time trials where it just goes straight back and it becomes part of your back like a shark fin. It's actually illegal to wear those.
I feel like that's the Mexican pointy boots of helmets. Like it's too really long in the back. Too much of a point. I don't like it. Anyway, I just feel like we should work on making helmets helmets look cooler. And
Again, put that on a hat. Make helmets look cooler again. Nobody's doing it.
It would help people like myself that are older wear a helmet more often because you just need to look cooler. Although
Right.
I think the cooler they look, the less they actually protect your brain.
That's true.
It's kind of like I used to wear those little half eggshell motorcycle helmets.
Little brain bucket.
Yeah, and then I would think to myself, well, this is going to do nothing.
Yeah, paramedics would tell me, they'd be like, you know how many people we scrape their brains that are in the helmet? I'd be like, uh-oh.
It's just, this is nothing. It's just an uncomfortable hat.
It is.
Sorry, Josh. Palooza this Saturday. Show up. Now, where again? Give people the location.
Winter Garden Branch.
Winter Garden Library, yeah.
Perfect. And it's going to be about a couple-hour event, super chill.
And this would be a great opportunity. You've heard me talk about the West Orange Trail, stuff like that. If you've never made it out there, well, now you have another destination reason for being out there. You can swing through the West Garden Branch, the Winter Garden Branch, and of the West Oak. You know what? Don't even listen to me. My brain, you're listening to my brain melt.
The Orange County Library System Winter Garden Branch, and it's this Saturday, 11 a.m. Josh, anytime you have something to promote in your event, give us a call.
Yeah, get a hold of us, man.
Hey, will do. Yeah, appreciate it. That was great to talk to y'all, and stoked for it.
Yeah.
Definitely got to get figure out the cool helmet style. We're gonna be working on that with the Brain Trust at Palooza.
All right, perfect.
Well, Josh, take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Right on. Have a good one, folks.
All right, man.
See you, Josh.
Be good. See you.
Right.
What a nice man.
I always wonder
If they like talking to us or hate talking to us.
I wonder if we're turning into the old weirdo radio guys.
We are. We're already there.
That we're
It's like, I got to call those two old guys. Yeah.
Where Josh is like, that was a weird thing that just happened. Like, that wasn't a normal conversation. Like they were going off about crazy things.
Yeah, they started talking about helmets aren't cool, and then
because I've experienced that with weirdo old radio guys, where I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like, they're just going off on weird tangents.
he was cool though.
He was cool, yeah, but
You
he's
know who
younger.
he reminds me of? Darlene's boyfriend on Roseanne.
No, yeah, you're right. It's the hair, the curly hair.
Yeah, I've always wanted. Okay, why do I have the world's most boring hair? It's like it's thin.
You're just a regular white dude hair.
I have regular, just white dude hair.
Yeah,
and
it's boring, thin.
It's not even really brown. It can't commit to anything. Is it brown? Not really.
Yeah.
Is it blonde? Not really. It's dirty brown or dirty blonde.
It doesn't have any style or like body to it or like curls.
Straight, thin.
Yeah. It's just like thin, white wispy ghost hair.
It's not white wispy ghost hair. I have a lot of hair.
No, I know. But
It's
I'm
just thin.
Yeah. And
And
mine
you
too.
have grandpa hair now.
What do you mean?
Your hair, you've reached
it's
the
too
point
long.
where your hair is combed like a grandpa, and then I can take a snapshot of your hair, and it's going to stay like this until you die.
Yeah, I'm never going to
You
change
have grandpa
now,
hair.
yeah. Because now I've gotten used to doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Although I keep it too long, so it's a pain in the ass to put too
Why
much
do you
product.
keep it too long?
Because the shorter when you get old, your hair gets shorter.
Then you look like you're trying to get it. I'm in the military.
Yeah, well, then it becomes high and tight.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Every old man that gets older he gets a high and tight.
Because he gets lazy and he just does the easiest thing, and I don't want to fall into that.
Yeah, I gotta grow my hair out then, right? Because I can't get the high and tight.
Well, my wife says don't let me cut my hair short. I want to keep my hair long. Like your wife says, when you become old, you cut.
I think it starts to look disgusting when you're a big fat mom with long hair. I'm sorry, but it's true. It just looks hot.
Well,
It's like cut your hair. You can't have it both ways. You can't.
you turn into hippie grandma.
You can't be. Okay, everybody gets overweight as you age. We're all doing it, right?
Uh-huh.
But you can't. Like when you get to a certain body style, you have to cut your hair just to give your neck some air.
Yeah. I tell my wife
You have to do it.
because I have this plan that I'm 40 now. In 10 years, I'm getting on the T, right? And then I'm going hard on the T.
That means I should be on the T.
And then
how do I get T?
No.
I need to be on the T.
Go to the T doctor.
I need to go to the T doctor.
It just it's
Have you seen these commercials?
expensive,
Well,
man.
they're on baseball radio. You don't listen to baseball radio.
Yeah.
It's the oldest man thing you can do is to listen to baseball radio. But there's a commercial for this guy, and he's like, "Hey, it's Pete from Low T Nation." and you go on this website, Low T Nation, and I was like, wow, what a horrible name for a product, Low T Nation. Who wants to be a part of that? I'm part of the Low T Nation. It makes you sound like an idiot. But apparently you go there, and then they'll start shipping it to you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want.
No, they do it. No, but if you want to throw money at it, do it the proper way.
No. I just want to do it the easiest way.
Well, it's going to give you anxiety because your T gets too high, then it can start
never too high,
hurting your heart and stuff. So it'll make you have a freak out. So you got to test your T every 6 months or whatever, every quarter.
Can I do it myself?
No, you got to go do a blood test. It's
How
a pain
about
in the ass.
Zoom?
Yeah, what I'm saying, you got to go donate or give your blood so they could test your T, and then
we're so close to having that stuff at your house. That little box. This is another ad that they have on MLB.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's this little box, and you swipe your saliva and you stick it in the box, and then it just beams the results to a lab, and then they start doing the thing.
And you know how I know I'm right about this is like everybody I bring it up to, and I'm like, yeah, if you abuse it, not good for you. But if you keep it right at the 18-year-old T level, you're fine, right? And they're like, they get
mad?
Yeah, they get mad that you're trying to cheat because you're cheating the system. You're just taking drugs. It's like taking a little bit of Adderall, a little T.
Yeah.
And then when you're 70.
Everybody in Hollywood's on the T, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. If you're over like 48, you're just
like Will Smith, T.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
What about comedians? Like, like
you
on
could
Chris
tell.
Rock. Let's take the opposite side of that coin. Chris Rock, is he on the T?
I don't think so. You don't look.
Joe Rogan on the T.
Oh, yeah.
Let me think of another one. Let me think of another one.
Any old man that's in good shape is on T.
Okay, what about
anybody with
Tom
money?
Segura?
No, I don't think so.
Bert Kreischer, not on the T?
No, I don't think so. Because
Theo Vaughn.
On the T. Oh, yeah.
You think so? Bobby Lee.
Not on T.
Okay. It's a fun game. Comedians on the T or not on the T?
And then when you're like real old, like 65 plus, you get on the HGH.
Dave Chappelle.
Because that'll grow your heart, but it'll make you look like Sylvester Stallone, like you'll be big, muscular.
Maybe they should change that. When I was growing up, my mom and dad always told me it was good to have a big heart.
Yeah, exactly.
They should start, phrasing, start changing that.
Yeah. And then people will be like, well, that's all kind of bad for you. I'm like, well, you're close to dying, so you might as well go out.
Well, you're drinking 20 beers a night. That's bad for you, too.
You might as well go out muscular.
At least you're doing something that you think is going to be good for you, right?
Yeah. Well, you hack your body, right? All right, bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. All right, Daniel.
No,
you got.
What did I do?
Well, no. Like,
he's got a gun!
No, I know one of Daniel's favorite podcasts. You don't listen to many podcasts.
I don't. I was listening to these guys this morning.
He listens to a podcast about podcasting.
Yeah.
Which is the most boring thing I could possibly think about.
It's called The Feed. Shout out to The Feed about podcasting.
I'm not joking.
It's real boring.
It would be torture to me. Like, you think I would be a little bit interested in it just because it's our business.
It's bad.
Right? And I'm like business.
No, they don't do a lot of business. It's mostly like change your file to this and edit this
files
thing.
And edit.
Plug this in. Try this microphone. He hates that stuff.
Yeah.
It's this, like last segment we were talking about tipping, and as we started to talk about tipping and money and financial woes, I started to get sweaty and hot. I feel like the same thing would happen to you if I started talking to these guys about musical instruments and like mixing consoles and which cables are the best and have the best warranty, and plugging them in correctly, and if they're gold plated, if that's good. Hey, which digital interface are you guys using on your computer? Or like, what do you use? You use Logic? What do you use? Adobe Audition? You would start to get mad.
Yes. Also, it's underappreciated, too, and I should appreciate you more because...
I should appreciate you more. That's the way we say I love you.
I won't.
That's the way we say I love you. He says, I should appreciate you more, and I go, I should appreciate you more, too.
Because I listened to a podcast the other day. I found, I deep dove into some NFL gambling podcast.
You were going to say dived? Is it deep dived or deep dove?
And... I stumbled a whole lot on Jen once.
Don't you talk to Jen like that. Remy, beat his ass.
Sorry. And I listened to a podcast, and it was so bad audio quality that I had turned it off.
There's some bad ones.
And I thought I was actually getting good information, but I was like, I cannot listen to this. And Daniel, you make our podcast look sound good.
Thank you, buddy.
And
you make me a lot of money. I appreciate that.
Anyway, so that's the only podcast you listen to. That and Remy's Roundtable, which we got the guests.
Yeah, I was listening to you.
The host?
Yeah, I was listening to you guys this week, and you know what I noted? Oh, yeah, I'll let you intro him first.
Yeah. We've got the host of Remy's Roundtable, Remy.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Remy's wife, Jen.
Hello, boys.
And Remy's co-host, Lewis.
Oh, you almost got poor Lewis. Poor Lewis.
How's it going, guys?
Oh, Lewis, I'm sorry, buddy. That's not fair.
I'm just going to go cry and leave.
Lewis, they messed up your name, bro. They messed up your name, man.
I didn't mess up your name. I took a pause and I had to read it because I forgot.
And
Lewis.
Sorry, Lewis. So, how you guys doing?
Good, man. We're doing great.
Where are we at with the round table now? Like this is your second podcast, is it not, Remy?
Well, we had to change it. So it was Goof Duck, and then we changed it to Remy's Roundtable. So now we're just keeping it as Remy's Roundtable.
I think that's probably for the best. You know, you got the name recognition. The alliteration on the name is good. The logo's good.
Yeah.
It's
and
good.
After the messy split with Joey, I feel like you had to make a name
And you know
change.
what? I made fun of Joey on this show and said, I said some things. I said he's like the most horrible person in the world. All these things that were not true. I was joking. Obviously, anybody that listens to the show knows that I was joking. Joey didn't take it that way. I really hurt his feelings, like super blanking bad. Like I really, like to the point where it hurt my feelings that I'd hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
Like I hurt his feelings so bad that like it ruined a week. I hope
don't get your feelings hurt, Joey.
I got mine because I'm just like Joey. I'm really no different than Joey, just a little older. And then like so,
why does he have feelings?
See,
he knows the numbers.
I thought Joey would know that somebody as nice as Joey and me saying things so crazy. I say like the craziest things I could say about Joey, right? Like if you say Joey Mazant, you say the worst person in the world. People will laugh at that because they're like, of course not. He's the exact opposite of that. But then he wrote me a heartfelt email, and man, it got to me. I ruined my weekend. I was crying.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was very, very bad. I had to like do some soul searching.
It's as bad as someone forgetting your name, but it's fine.
No, I'm sorry. Lewis, I'm sorry. I didn't forget your name. It just took me a minute. I had to look down at my paper.
Hey, Lewis, should I play my sound effect I usually play on the program? Boom, boom, boom.
I like it when Remy does them.
I hope you're listening, Sam. I know you're getting me. I know you're getting me good.
Now, what would you say, Remy, to Samantha, who put you on the books, full knowing she wasn't going to be here?
Yeah.
How would that make you feel?
Yeah.
It would hurt my feelings if I knew that.
Now, she would say that it happened just how it happened.
No, she told straight up. No, she told me she did it on purpose.
So let's talk Remy's Roundtable.
Yeah,
man. Daniel was showing me an episode of Remy's Roundtable, maybe your most recent one, and I noticed that you have a very popular voiceover guy doing your voiceover.
Yes.
I sure do, yeah. I got in contact with Mr. Dan Stone, the voice of Real Radio 104.1, and we met at the previous poker tournament.
I told you.
Okay.
This guy doesn't think I gotta tell you right now. Tom Van doesn't think I know my ass from a hole in the wall. But I told you, and this is like exactly what happened. And I'm like, yeah, he met him at some charity thing. He met him at a thing.
Yeah. Okay, all right. That Daniel does. I should give you more credit.
Remy and I are the same.
Because,
one and the same.
We did have a long conversation this morning about how we thought this deal went down and how it happened.
You can continue asking it, and we'll see if I get more right.
All right. And Daniel had a theory, and I'm like, no, that's something. I mean, Remy inherited a bunch of money.
Yeah, because Dan's expensive. Dan can be very...
He just doesn't do it for anybody.
Well, he's top tier. I mean, what you guys have is like unlike anybody. Like, I mean, even for us as a podcast to have Dan Stone, here's a guy that...
I didn't think he was even going to do it for Tom and Dan.
At 100 different radio stations across the United States, and even in other places where this guy is imaging, he does all the voiceover work for it. He's choosing programming for it. I mean, the guy's got an immense programming mind as well as a creative mind, and you're getting him for, was it still pretty expensive, or did you... Cheap?
No,
Freebie. Was a freebie?
What?
Okay, I am the captain now, or whatever. I don't know what you're supposed to say, but I said all of this I predicted.
Listen, what do I know?
Because Dan Stone is a nice man. He's
Ding, ding, ding.
Isn't he sweet?
He's the sweetest
he's
man on
awesome.
earth.
Yeah, see, I told you. I said there's no way that Dan is going to charge them his rate, because if he did, he'd bankrupt their company.
So the way we met Dan is from my lovely wife over here. She's like,
Man, Jen-
Remy,
Jen's
go.
killing it.
Exactly. I'm texting Dan later because exactly what you said happened. And it's for the reason I bet you said.
She's like, Remy, that's Dan Stone. That's I'm like, no, it's not. That's
She's a
not
smart
him.
woman.
And I'm like, wait a minute.
You have to meet him because he's like hilarious, and I love listening to his voiceovers.
He's super nice, and
He is.
and this is the reason your podcast is successful. Is Jen? That's what I think.
Yeah, it is too.
Not what's your name again? I'm sorry.
Hey, I
like it now.
Somebody had to have the smarts in the relationship.
Yeah, so you see Dan out, and you're like, "Well, this is our opportunity." And so, what did you do? Did you fanboy out?
I was fanboying for a a little bit, and then I
Okay.
asked him if he wants if I could have a one-on-one interview with him. He said, "Yeah, yeah." go
That's
ahead."
really
He agreed to that?
Yeah.
My God, Tom won't even agree to that. Dan's a lot nicer than you, though, and less logical.
I don't know.
No, he's pretty logical. Hold on a second. Dan might be the nicest
Yeah.
logical person I know, because Tom is so logical he's accidental dickhead. I don't think Dan has that.
No, well, but, okay. So Dan did an interview with you?
Yeah, so we talked for a
What
good
episode?
And it was a couple years back.
It was when we were doing He was doing Goof Duck.
Yeah, for a little bit. So we did a 20-minute interview.
Did he go
and,
to your house or phone?
No, it was Zoom. So
Zoom,
this is
okay,
when he was living back in New York. So he had we had to Zoom from him
That was
over there. So
beginning of the pandemic then.
yeah.
So tell me about how he agreed to do your imaging.
Is it bothering you that his imaging is the same as our imaging? Is that bothering you? Is that rattling you a little
I'm
bit?
curious to how
It
this
rattles you.
transaction
I
happened.
feel like are we now competing with Remy's Roundtable? I feel like
No. I'm just wondering how he agreed to do it.
Okay.
Because that Dan.
Okay, walk us through that.
He's worked his whole career to
become one of the premier voiceover talents in America.
Yeah. And then he demands a certain price.
Level of respect.
And for his work, he just doesn't give it away for free.
Well, he does, but not to you.
And so I'm wondering how
I know
it's
what
happened.
we pay. I know what we pay.
Yeah. And we get a discount. Getting a buddy discount for another 20 years.
We do.
But and I'm glad to pay because it's so high quality. Anyway, so it's. Is this a?
What did it just show up? Did you just get a file, or did you email him everything you wanted?
We were just talking back and forth, sending emails to each other, and I said,
so he's a friend now.
Yeah,
he's not even a friend of yours.
So we were just kept talking, and he's like, "How do you want your intro to be?" I'm like, "Exactly how you do it on real radio. Your
Okay.
natural voice."
He asked you for tips.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, what are you
For
feeling?
anyone, hold on.
Dan's like, what
if
do
you get a freebie, you just give him whatever you get. What you get.
Dan's so nice. Dan's like, before I do this freebie, how many different styles do you want?
If I was
He gave us a couple of different
He
ones.
gave you different ones?
I love
Yes.
Jen.
It was just a one-time voicemail? I thought it was just, I'll leave it on a voicemail.
Jen is the Dan of Remy's Roundtable. Remy's the Tom. That explains
Most
a lot.
likely, yes.
Yeah, that explains a lot. Even Remy agrees, man. And Lewis, he's a good, nice man. Lewis is a nice man.
I don't even have a name.
You're Samantha. You could be Samantha.
No.
But Dan and Jen are right here. We're the brains behind this thing.
So he asked you for some feedback and gave you a
A
couple.
bunch of different ones. A myriad. I only get one. I get what I said written, and where's the
Here,
check?
I'll break it down. He gave us 2 intros. He gave us 2 outros too. So
What?
So he said his last one was
Free outro.
you've been listening to Remy's Roundtable.
That's a free outro.
There you go. That's the outro. So I kept it short and simple.
Okay.
2 ins and out?
2 ins and an out.
He gave you?
2 ins and an out.
Multiple? And then what happened next? Did he look? Did he send you a Facebook message saying, "I thought you were going to die"? This is why I did this. What happened?
So after that, he's like, "Hey, you're a cool guy. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
He's
thank you
never
so
said
much
that
for
about
letting me." He's been saying like nice things. So he's like, "Thank you so much for having me on your program."
He said thank you.
He did say that. So
All right.
Unbelievable.
All right. So
how does that make you feel?
No, Dan's a nice guy. I can't believe he did that. I mean, it just shows you how charitable. So I don't know. What,
he's
can't believe he
helping
did
out
it.
a smaller show.
I can't. We probably shouldn't even be talking about this because people are going to be inundating his inbox with requests for free
hard to find.
voiceover
Hard
work.
to find that guy.
Where is Remy's roundtable? I don't know. Just hit Remy up with an email. I don't know where he is.
No, he's talking about Dan. He's talking about Dan.
I know, close enough. Where is
This is
he?
why he's the Tom.
Now, I will say that sometimes you just got to ask, and a lot of people are afraid to ask for things, and Remy, obviously,
it's one thing I would say about you is you're fearless. You take chances.
Yeah.
You don't you don't get discouraged easy, which I think is good, and one of the reasons why this continues. So let's talk about it. You did goofed up for a while with Joey. Then you guys split. Joey was doing more theme park stuff. You were doing more of the show stuff. Completely understood. He said he got too busy anyway, so it's all working out great. You go your separate ways, no hard feelings at all. You start Remy's Round Table. Where are we at now? How long have you been doing it? Are you seeing it grow, and is it where you want it to be?
I am seeing lots of numbers gradually, gradually updating our analytics, and I'm like, holy crap, I have never seen these numbers so damn high before. They are insane.
God,
everything
Remy says is the opposite of what we were saying.
Are they the best numbers?
They are up there.
Did you tell these numbers to stand down and stand by at all?
So things are growing, and now I will tell you, Remy, you've got some balls doing a podcast with your wife. And Jen, there's no offense, but I can imagine working with your wife and doing a podcast with them and trying to grow a business with your spouse is a difficult thing to do.
Tell them what your wife said.
What?
No, this is true. His wife, because we thought about somebody helping out around here, because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff is the majority of our day. This is like 1%.
Right.
But your wife said never in a million. She was being serious. She's like, I will never do that. And I even thought of it because I was like, oh man, Crystal would be great because she's like really organized and like hyper aware of things. Even if there's nothing going wrong, I almost feel like she can feel it going wrong. So I was like, oh, that's a useful talent to have. Like maybe she could understand when a client needed something, and she'd be perfect at it. Doesn't want to work with him.
Absolutely, and very true.
I don't blame her.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. Not because the working with you thing. It's just because you guys are married.
Yeah, and you want to have a husband and wife relationship, not necessarily a business partner relationship, because that's different. So, has that been so far? Smooth?
I say that it probably does well because I'm a kindergarten teacher.
Oh yeah,
and I have the patience of a saint.
Sure.
Being able to handle him. A lot of he does all of the technical things, and I'm the one who sort of comes up with, okay, so maybe we should do this.
But I thought you meant that by I'm used to dealing with kindergartners.
That really is that.
Okay.
That's what she meant.
That is what I meant.
She's not distancing herself from that, if that's what you mean.
Okay.
It's twofold. It means she has really good patience, and Remy is like a kindergartner. Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I picked up.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why
Exactly.
she's fitting in right here.
Okay.
Exactly.
She's fine.
Okay.
That's the first thing she said to me when she met me.
That's like, you're a big kindergartner, Lewis.
Exactly. I've seen
That
so
kindergartner's
many.
got a big old beard.
Exactly. I've seen so many things, and I work in a Title I school in Orange County, so I'm like, I can put up with this.
Yeah, this is nothing for you.
Yeah, exactly. And I was really shy to come on the first, few episodes that I was on, and then got more into it and everything, and it's always really fun, and it's very easy to bust my husband's balls, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
Now, Jen, why did they take napping out of kindergarten class?
Makes them soft.
Because when I was in kindergarten, we had a nap period in the middle of the day. I remember vaguely pulling out my
blankie.
It was like a
mat.
Brown, like medical mat.
Yeah, we had like red and blue mats we would pull out. And then I'd lay there with a blanket on, and I'd be scared to death, and then I'd pee my pants.
And then I expected my sons to take naps in kindergarten. They don't do that anymore. Like they do a whole, it's almost like first grade light.
Maisie does work release. Like half the day she's at school, the other half of the day she's working down at the jail.
Yeah. Honestly, they stopped doing that when we had to start becoming more rigorous. That is the academic thing. It's just because of the way things are and the way that testing is in our states and what have you, it's become more of a thing where we have to be rigorous with our kids, and they aren't learning the things that they need to learn at home. So they're not learning. They come to me not knowing their alphabet, not knowing how to hold a pencil, not knowing how to write their name.
This is where the show takes a really sad turn when we interview the teacher about what's actually happening out there, and Jen starts crying talking about these kids come to me, they don't know how to talk, and I'm having to teach them how to talk.
Honestly,
you do a lot of parenting, right?
I do.
This is going to get real sad, dude.
Not sad. Because it's sometimes the most fun thing to do is you see the kid that has struggled so much
because you're making a difference.
Exactly, and you're trying your hardest, and your parents, if they are involved, are trying to help you with that, and by the end of the year they're reading.
Yeah, so you see good too.
Exactly, and
that's awesome.
But here's the funny part: she's talking about Remy. She's not talking about her kids.
Look, if you listen to
here we go.
If you listen to the podcast that we put out,
you're not that different than Remy.
Yeah,
because his wife giving it.
Enjoy your vacation, Sam. I know you're laughing. So Remy, let's talk podcast.
Yeah, man.
So you're doing how often do you do Remy's Roundtable?
It's once we do it. How many times we do it? Like
we do it once a week.
He doesn't even know.
Once a week.
Yeah, we do it once a week.
Remy, pause for a second. Jen, I apologize. That's the best answer you could have ever given. You didn't even give the answer. You had to look at Jen and then have Jen go, and then have your nurse tell you, I don't know if you're Tom, I don't know if you're Bubba, I don't know who you are. You're Ribby, I don't know what's happening.
And so once a week, is it the same day every week?
Yeah, it's the same day. We record on Tuesdays, and I'm also on another podcast too. So I'm happy to mention on this guy's podcast right here called the Nerd Archive Podcast. So
he's expanded. You got two podcasts.
Okay, well you don't know. The Lewis owns that.
Yeah, he owns that.
Okay, well you don't. Well, so how does that work as far as splitting the profits here?
Do we make profits?
I don't make profits.
We don't make profits. Look, we're not like top tier like you guys yet. So we don't make that kind of money.
We're not. I hate to break it to everybody.
Yeah, I'll show you the tier system. We are low on it.
The only tears in here are tears of sadness. There are no real tears.
If I showed you Dan Cummins' numbers,
it would.
And then you're like, if we taught him how to do it, he's already there.
Yeah.
Then what tier are we? Like, I don't even know. We're like, I mean. It's
bad.
It's real close to the bubble at the bottom. Anyway, so
what's the other podcast, Lewis? This is your show.
Yep, it's the Nerd Archive Podcast. Our slogan is we talk about everything that you got beat up in high school for.
Okay,
all
right.
Star Wars, Harry Potter.
What about the size of my mom's tees? I got beat up a lot, but yeah, big ones.
Oh, we'll talk about it.
And kids will be like, well, your mom's got big tees. And I'll be like, don't say that. And then they beat me up.
So a podcast about like Star Wars and
anything
like nerdy
video
stuff.
Game.
I'm going to write that down. I've never heard of that.
You know who'd be good to book on that show? Sam.
All right, yeah. Sam knows a lot about that.
I'm helping you out.
Yeah. If you had Butler, there's a guy named Travis Butler. He knows a lot about Star Wars.
He does.
Yeah.
He'll read your text messages.
So Remy, now you got the round table. How have you been marketing it? Obviously, you got Dan Stone doing voiceover.
You're staying
pretty
consistent.
pro.
Let's go through the good things. You got Dan Stone. You stay consistent. Have you missed a week, or you try not to?
None. I didn't miss anything.
Great. That's great.
None. I posted as soon as I'm done editing. I posted right away the next day.
Great.
So it goes right on Spotify, iHeartRadio.
Anything you ever had to cut out?
Not that much.
Okay.
Not that much to cut out because I love the fun stuff to keep it in there. All the funny
the
stuff.
spontaneity. What about any copyright strikes? Had anybody come at you? Okay, that's good.
Do you talk about anything controversial? Do you go into politics, anything like that?
Might I suggest
Jen shaking her head?
Yeah, the CIA deleting text messages might be something you might want to talk about.
Yeah. What's under the pizza kitchen?
Maybe a little, what's under the pizza kitchen? Yeah. Well, Q sent me sprinkled on there. Yeah.
Anything like that?
A little bit of like that. Lock her up.
Usually it comes down to whatever the governor's doing, and especially with like education and everything like that, and the different.
Which governor? The real governor, or who's really in charge?
I guess DeSantis.
Yeah.
DeSantis.
If you think he's in charge, you got another thing coming.
That guy.
That's my new thing, is that whenever anybody has something that they truly believe, I use this voice. You can get, Lewis, I'll use you as an example. Give me anything you truly believe in. A woman's right to choose.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be like, you think a woman's got a right to choose? You got another thing coming. That's my new thing. That's my new thing. It means nothing. It means nothing, but you just go, oh, you think that? You got another thing coming. You just got to put another thing coming on the end of it, and it resets. For some reason, it worked. Try it.
So, you have any events planned? I know that you were doing some meetups at some breweries.
Yeah, weren't you doing
back.
meetups?
We were, but now we're trying to keep it low key for a little bit because COVID is still out there. So we're
still out there. It's still out there.
Yeah. So we're doing anything virtual.
Did you guys get COVID?
No,
You didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
What?
You got it.
Lewis, you get it?
I've had it twice.
Lewis, did you get it?
I never got
With
it.
with the kids?
Hold on.
I
You
was
got better
masked up most of the
immunity.
year.
You got better immunity.
You
You
definitely
got that
it.
go-kart track immunity. You used to work at a go-kart
used to,
track.
yeah,
you
used to.
fist bumped every troll in the world. You get super immunity.
You know those colds you had a couple years ago? That was COVID.
That was COVID, baby.
I'm sorry too. You just didn't know. All right, so
Sam's in there. Sam's in the chat room.
Oh, Sam! Yeah! Oh, I'm glad you're watching this, Sam. You know what you did.
Hi, Sam.
Oh, you're laughing in your beer tub.
She's not there anymore. She's not there anymore.
Oh, you know.
We all miss you, Sam.
Yeah.
She's not there anymore.
You know what you did. You sat back and you're like, I'm going to get this MFer for bumbling around, disorganizing everything I did.
And the best part is she knows I don't care.
Oh.
So I want to go back to marketing. We are
Shut up, Tom, with your humor. We're back to the business.
So we're all on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So we're posting while I'm out at Universal. I do post a couple of videos on TikTok while I am out there.
All right.
And we're also on Patreon. So if you guys want to become a member of the Roundtable family, just head on over to.
Are they called the Knights of the Round Table? Have you done any night events where you call it Knights with the Round Table? I mean, look, I'm available for all these great pun ideas I have.
I actually like that one.
Yeah, Knights of the Round Table. You guys have a masquerade ball called Knights of the Round Table. Everybody comes in costume, big old orgy.
Yeah. It's called Remy's Round Table. The Knights of the Round Table never
came up. That's why I'm here. I'm the above average pun maker.
There's really no other famous round table
No,
references.
there isn't. No, there's only one, and I thought of it, so I'm the captain now.
Yeah, but it never was like, hey, we should do some Knights
I
round
am
table.
an average pun maker. That's what I do. A little above average.
So, any future events planned? Do you still have that brewery sponsor? I know you have that for a while.
we're cutting out some sponsors at the moment.
Oh!
Here's the thing.
We don't have that problem. We just lose them.
You're cutting them out. You know how stressed that I am. I'm trying to write a goddamn proposal. I don't even know how to work.
You don't. Here's
I'm
something
writing on a Google Notes.
Here's something I'm confident. When Ribby said he's cutting sponsors, it blew Samantha Shag right off her head. And she's like, "What? He's cutting sponsors?"
So which ones you're cutting, Remy?
So we cut out like a lot of people out because we haven't been going out there lately to promote us, sponsor us, and everything. So we're like, hey, we'll come out eventually again, but right now we're just working on everything for the round table. If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, you're content first. You want to make the content good, and then kind of almost like a clean slate, and you'll start over with the relationships.
Right.
Yeah.
And they said,
I get it.
I had a couple of emails the other day, like, hey, can you come back to our location? I'm like, yeah, just let me see what I can do with our crew, because we're working around our crew schedule too. So making sure that they're okay with this day and this day. And
so is it taking up more time now, Jen? Are you on the Lewis's show?
No, I'm not on his show.
But Remy, how much during the week? How much time do you think this is taking up? All of it?
Not much, actually.
Oh my God! He's doing it right.
Yeah.
I said, not much time. You're cutting sponsors.
It's a couple hours.
So let me hear. He's concerned about content first. He's cutting sponsors, and it takes up no time at all.
And you got Dance Zone for free.
Yeah, this is the life I want. You got Dance Zone for free.
Yeah.
We also have like a podcasters thing that we do like once a month. I guess.
That's true. Yeah, we do. It's called the Content Creators Club. So we're
sounds very professional and really well done.
It's a couple of different podcasts in Central Florida that like we get together once a month.
It's fun.
talk about like the different things that we've had to deal with as podcast creators.
Yeah, like a think tank. You get together and network, and we don't do any of this. We should. We should. I mean, honestly, we should do some of this.
Every time a podcaster emails, they're like, podcast, that's nothing.
If a podcaster, okay, this is a trap we run into.
Everybody's got that.
If anybody has a podcast and they message me and they're like, you should come on our podcast, we should collaborate, I immediately think to myself, we're a bigger show than you and you can do nothing.
Right.
Like, seriously.
Right.
I think we think that, right? We're like, you can do nothing for us.
I just think the general podcasts are a fad.
Yeah, they are.
I like podcasts. Everybody. So, Tuesdays, Remy's Roundtable.
Yep.
Lewis's.
It's on Fridays.
Fridays.
Yeah, it's up against us.
And
you guys go live?
We haven't gone live yet.
Okay, good. Keep it that way. We're Fridays. We're Fridays at noon.
You got any YouTube stuff or
Not right now, not on YouTube as much, but we're streaming.
YouTube?
No,
Don't
not
get on-
YouTube,
Oh my God!
no.
Don't do YouTube.
How's TikTok been working out for you, Remy? Because it hasn't done anything for us. We put it on
just
there.
hemorrhaging money. We got a video editor. She's pumping out the stuff.
I'm seeing the videos, and I'm like, well, like you got some
and I am
views. What does
not
that
going to
do?
dress up like my grandma and start doing skits. I'm not doing it.
I gotta say, it's been decent on TikTok. I mean, not many views yet, but it's been decent. It's
But
still-
you enjoy it.
Yeah, it's fun.
See, that's the key. As long as you enjoy everything you're doing, who cares what the downloads are? I mean,
You enjoy it?
It's fun. It is fun.
Fun?
he hates fun.
But I do want to say one thing. If you guys haven't listened,
He's got to go. Okay.
if you guys haven't listened to our previous episode, we actually did an interview with one of my favorite comedians, John Caparulo. We had John Caparulo on.
In studio or Zoom again?
Zoom, yeah.
We've had the, what is he, Cap Man?
Cap,
We've
yeah.
had him in here. Yeah, he's a good dude.
So anything else you guys want to promote?
Yeah, it's the airwaves are yours.
Sure.
Please, promote away.
Well, since my dangerous co-host is not with me, because Lewis is our backup co-host, my good friend Scott Maffei.
Hold on.
Who's our backup co-host?
Lewis is a backup.
Yeah, you are. You're my dangerous.
Why didn't you wait until I left the room to say that?
Nobody knows my name, and I'm the backup. I'm sorry.
Well,
You could have ended the show, and everybody would have thought Lewis was your co-host, and then now
No, he's like, I got something I got to get off my chest. Hold on a second. This is not my real co-host. This is the backup co-host.
So he's not even on the show. all the
No,
time.
he is, but we just had, like, in case my co-host is sick, Lewis will jump on and take his spot for a little bit, and then we'll go back to normal when.
So how many shows have you done, Lewis?
That sounds like a backup co-host.
That's
to
what
me.
he just said. Backup co-host.
Yeah. Like
what did you think your job description was, Lewis?
Well, not backup co-host. Just kidding. No, I knew what I was getting myself into.
Okay. Well,
Did you?
Lewis, you're so dry.
Look me in the eyes. Do you know what you're getting into? Do you?
Not anymore.
Help me, Tom. Help
I don't
me.
know if anybody knows what they're getting into.
Jen and Remy, have me captain.
As Sam watches this, I don't know if she knew what
She left. She bailed. I saw her. She's like, well, I'm out, guys.
So the other co-host, is it a dual co-host thing, or is it one or the other?
It's a duel because he's my.
So it's your cast.
Yeah, so it's our cast. He's
the
our
other
cast
guy,
member. Yeah.
Sam? No.
Scott.
Scott
yeah.
is
But he's
the
your number two.
dangerous
Yeah.
co-host.
Okay, so
And Lewis is the backup co-host.
Right.
I'm the nerdy co-host.
He's a nerdy co-host. Yeah.
okay,
So
he's part of. You're building a cast of
Right.
characters, and but your right hand man, he's working today.
yeah, he's at work today. Yeah. I told him, like, hey man, we got Tom and Dan today. He goes, oh yeah, I gotta work. I'm like, dang it, dude, come on,
I
man.
hate
We're
those
looking
guys.
forward to this too, man. You know, but
There used to be a time
When our name meant something? in this town?
no.
It did used to be a time
Like,
when if you said, hey, you're going to come on Tom and Dan, where people would be like, oh, that's my boss and get the day off.
Like when I was
Scott, if you can't even do that, you know what? Out of everybody on the show, Scott's my least favorite now.
when I
Yeah, it's just, I have to say it.
I was trying to win a monster cruise one time when I was
my God.
working at Champs. This is pre-Drunky the Bear.
You know, Walmart's free.
and they were doing this win a cruise, and I was like, "This is my chance. I'm gonna, brand an M on my ass." Remember, I told you
this. Yeah, the
And
live action Fridays.
I just left work to call in the show to try to do it live. Whatever. I just walked out of work because I was like, "This is my I hate this job." this is an opportunity, and
you're expecting Scott to do that.
Well, I just think that if like hey,
he might have a good job.
Yeah, the opportunity to be on Tom and Dan, like that's like
maybe he doesn't value that.
Maybe he's like,
how old is Scott? Is Scott a younger man, an older man?
He's older than us.
He's an older man. How old? In the 70s?
No.
Okay. 80s?
It's gonna hit you for this.
Well, you said an older man. I mean,
older than us.
Okay. 50s or 60s?
No.
40s.
Yeah.
But is he the senior member of the program?
He is a senior member of the program.
Elder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, Remy, you're not in your 40s.
I'm not in my 40s yet. Come on now.
What? 29, 32.
He's
33.
33.
33.
I almost got it. I don't guess a
close
lady's
enough.
age. Lewis you are 29.
32.
Oh, all right. I'm close.
Maybe
You are 48.
Maybe things just don't mean as much anymore
They don't.
because there's so many out there.
You said it yourself. Podcast. Everyone has one.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
not
to
a
Tom and Dan.
special,
What
like-
is it? It's a podcast.
To be on the radio used to be a big deal. You're like, oh, I'm going to
I
get on
think
the radio.
the radio's actually coming back as being a big deal again because there's less radio people than there are podcast people.
No, this is on the radio right now. Not a big deal.
No, but I think people think, like, just based on rarity.
No, it's true. It's rare.
Yeah, it's more rare.
Yeah. Now, it's funny how that swung back where it's like not that many. Everybody,
has a podcast.
every single person, and then so it's like not that many people have a radio show.
Yeah.
Although, how many people are listening?
Would you guys like to? I've never done this before, and I was looking at the time, and we can either cut now, and then you and I got to go back, or you guys could sit in and do some voicemails with us. Would you like to do some voicemails?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I figured this would be great.
right.
You know, I mean, Lewis, you didn't look like you were into it at all.
I'm ready.
You know, you can leave.
Hey, listen.
You can leave. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Bye-bye, sir.
He's already kicking me out.
Look, he's his ride. So.
Oh, okay. I'm
okay.
joking. I'm joking.
Okay, how far is
I'll
it
take
from-
an Uber.
Oh, really? I'm the chauffeur, sir. Come on now.
I like this. We're breaking up Remy's Roundtable right
you?
live. on the air.
Damn.
Did you all ride together?
We did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Bad
here
mistake.
Here we go. We'll try this one. This one's first.
Hello, Tom, Dan, and Sam. Trying this again because I think I turned off the message last time with my face. So I recently had a awkward dentist appointment, and I'm curious how Tom would react. So basically, unlike Tom, instead of going to an Eastern Bloc torture dentist, I go to a young, voluptuous, beautiful Hispanic dentist.
What is voluptuous? Did she mean voluptuous? I like voluptuous. Is more like a lumpy voluptuous, right? I like that.
I like it when other people mess up words.
I know you do.
Because I'm like, well, I'm not that dumb.
Hey, that girl voluptuous, dog. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like.
And then I'm like,
voluptuous.
oh, that's why we have listeners, because there's more dumb people like me out there than not.
Your brain is voluptuous. It's got volumps all over it.
And in the process of getting the work done on my teeth, at points, as she was leaning over, her ample bosom was resting on my forehead or my cheek or my shoulder. Now, this didn't bother me. I, as well, have an ample bosom, and so this sort of thing doesn't really excite me. But I'd like to know, how would Tom react in this situation?
Well, how do you think you would?
I'll hang up and listen.
He'd never forward his pants.
No. I've had this happen to me before, and
I love it. I'm a big fan of the boobs. You know, like I like them.
But I just freeze.
American cheese. I speak Chinese. Achoo, achoo. I think I need a tissue.
In the effort,
my daughter says that
because there's you can't in any other movement. I would assume that she thinks that I'm uncomfortable.
Put your tongue out. If it's right here,
no.
Like, put your tongue out like 3 times.
If a woman's leaning against me and they're like doing something medical,
Sir, let go of me, sir, sir.
Because if I move away, I don't want to make her feel like, oh, this is making me uncomfortable, because it's not.
You're not gonna like pull back really fast.
But no.
You're gonna really overthink somebody putting their cleavage on you.
Well, because if you move towards it, it's creepy. So you have to freeze
American cheese
and stay solid like a statue while it's going on.
Lewis, how would you handle it?
I feel the same way. If you move away, it makes her feel uncomfortable, and she's just doing her job. So I would either freeze
American cheese.
or...
Let's ask the lady, Jen, what's your take on this?
I just don't know if necessarily that would be your attitude if you were under like sedation or something like that.
Oh, that brings up a good point. If you got the Twilight, you might be...
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would probably be in the freeze mode too because I don't get sedation, but yeah, it's such a weird thing to have.
Now, Remy, you're the loose cannon. What would you do?
Absolutely nothing. I'll just be frozen solid.
You're more likely you are different. You don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it, but I look at him, I look at you, I'm like...
I should have chosen different answer.
You should have. You should have.
All right. We got more time?
Yeah, you want to do one more?
Okay,
Let's do one more.
right.
Let's do one more.
Okay.
All right, one more. Let me find a good one here. Let's try... Let's try this one. This one's funny.
Hey, gang. It's 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, by the way, can you hear that humming?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Yeah.
That's all part of it.
Hey, gang. It's 10 o'clock at night. Do you hear that noise in the background? That is my dodo neighbor mowing the lawn. In the dark. No street lights, no headlamp. Yeah. Nice.
That's a dude mowing the grass at 10 p.m. with no lights on. That's drugs, right? That's drugs.
Definitely.
Right? That's Oxycontin. That's what I think.
No.
That's something.
That's meth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
That meth will make you... there used to be a joke in Deltona, at least I learned in Deltona, that they were like, why do you think they put headlights on lawnmowers? It's because of meth. Like that would be someone
forgot about that joke. That's a funny joke.
And my neighbors across the street, and when I lived in Deltona, they would mow their dirt lawn. It was just all dirt and
it was
weeds.
just something to do.
But it was in the middle of the night. They'd mow the lawn. I'd look out my window, and then they'd mow my lawn. Like, because it was right across the street.
You know what? That's nice.
And then it would be in the middle of the night.
You don't
and
get
then
that kind of kindness in Orlando. That's that small town Deltona lifestyle.
But we never talk about it because I assume they're doing it so then they could hit me up for money because there was a while where like they were going through hard times.
And then when you didn't give them any money, they just stole your wrought iron gate.
Well, that was after we moved out.
Yeah, that's true.
They did start with the water, hooking the hose up to our side
people
faucet.
doing that now to the AT&T, I think.
Yeah. It's a common thing.
Yeah, in smaller towns, you will get people, if they have an extension cord or a hose, they will steal what your house has. They'll come to get it.
So, do you even... Because I never talked about it when my neighbors used to mow my lawn at night.
Who does the grass here?
We don't have a yard.
Really?
Yeah.
Neither do I. Yeah, I live in a townhome, so I don't know.
We're in an apartment.
Oh,
right
nice.
now.
Very good.
So am I.
The apartment? Yeah. You're the only guy.
That's better. I mean, the hassle
lot.
I've gone through with my yard.
His yard it looks great. It's amazing. It looks like a tropical paradise.
I'd rather not have it, though.
But it feels like you're getting it to a point where you're almost going to need a guy. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to tend to everything. You got the thing on the tree.
I got
thing
Sean.
On the side. No, but I mean like all the time. Because aren't you sodding your front? Now, aren't you working on the front this week?
Yeah. But
it's going to look good, dude.
That amount of work to get all that done was...
It's been months of digging. Months of preparation.
Yeah. I should have just thrown money at it. I don't even take my own advice because it's one of the... Okay. And
we got to get out of here anyway. We're running out of time.
I'll tell you my theory later.
Yeah, just another time. You know what? Tell me during lunch.
All right.
And let's have a real serious friends conversation.
Yeah, I just want to sit in silence and be mad that I can't figure out how to write this proposal.
All right, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
You.
Best of luck with the shows. Now I can say shows now. I'll subscribe to, say it again.
The Nerd Archive Podcast.
The Nerd Archive Podcast. And then another shout out to Remy's Roundtable. Jen, a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
I don't think Sam and Tom thought you were real. We always thought Remy was lying when he said he had a wife.
No, I didn't say that.
There's no way that that this guy has a wife.
That is not true, Remy.
We're sorry Remy drags you down. Thank you for saving his life.
I did not say anything.
He needs to do that every single day. Thank you for saving my life,
You need to thank her every day for what you have.
Which I have
You're
been.
a lucky boy.
I have been.
You're a lucky boy. All right, we got to take a break.
Okay, we're going.
Oh, we're going.
Okay,
Yeah,
bye-bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, and on the line with us, I'm not even going to waste any time. He's one of my favorite people. I've known him for my entire broadcasting career. Ladies and gentlemen, from the popular podcast, the Tuttle Daily podcast that you can hear on all of your popular podcasting providers, it is our good friend, Tuttle or Patrick. What's up, Tuds? How you doing, man?
I'm wonderful. I'm glad you said A Corporate Time so I don't, say MF this or F this whatever.
You're in a good place right now. I don't feel like you would be doing a lot of those things. Out of all of my radio friends, who would have ever guessed you would be the one that would land correctly on your feet?
It's a house of cards.
No,
you and Tom were talking a little bit about that, off the air. We won't go into what was said off the air, but you have a day job. In conjunction to your podcast. So you do your podcast at night, and is it a normal, can I say 9 to 5? Is that what it is?
Well, I mean, I pretty much, how I am with my OCD and just try to do more than I actually do. I'm actually probably devaluing myself for the amount of hours because I am salary. But I start at 7 a.m. and I'll do my show, and then people will call in or call me, hey, I need this, I need that. So there's some nights that I'm working past 8, but being able to work from home, man, it is great. I love it.
Yeah, my wife is making a job change to something that is going to be remote all the time, and it's a weird concept in the idea that she will have never met any of the people she's working with in real life. And there are a lot of people I know that have jobs now where their immediate boss, their coworkers, the people parallel to them in conjunction with, all of those people are remote. So you're working with a remote team of people on an actual project and doing things, and you will never see these humans in your life. And that, to me, as a dumb old man, I'm willing to put on the dumb old man hat and go, them's weirds apples. That is crazy bananas to me. I got the 20th century, 21st century, whatever this is, the future, flying cars, the spaceship. I got it all wrong. I did not think that you would be working remote and not actual seeing human beings. I got it all wrong.
It works really well for a lot of people and for a lot of companies, and it makes sense. It's like there are certain jobs that you don't need to be there. The person can do it, and they're happier to do it. They'll work more for you at home than they would if they had to drive to an office. Think about how much waste of time that is if you could just do the same job at home.
I mean, I'll take romantic encounters off the table, but what a time to be an ugly fat person.
Yeah.
You can thrive right now. You can be your authentic, disgusting self, but also work a Zoom job. It's a seated job, right? I mean, think about that. There was a time when you would have to get up, eat your 5 to 7 egg breakfast, get in your Honda Fit, drive into work. We knew these people. Driving, but you don't have to do that now. You could be a fat, disgusting person. I'm talking about myself included, and you get to do it via the Zoom. What a time.
So, Tuttle, you mentioned that it's you haven't been this happy in a while. So let's talk about that.
You got a girlfriend?
No, that's the only thing that I don't.
Well, that's fine. That'll come. Listen, you're
you look good. Your hair, can we keep the hair like this? Hair looks good. The beard looks good. Glasses look good. We need to keep it like this. Don't shave your head and start going sideways crazy. This guy's going to try and get you to do that.
No.
I know what he's doing. He's trying to tear me down.
Okay, I'm not. I'm happy, dude.
If there's nothing I know about Tom, I know that he loves watching people he worked with, his contemporaries, fall from grace, and he loves kicking them when they're down.
No. I'm
Mr. Kick 'em when they're down.
Hold on. Tom, can I ask Daniel a serious question?
Yeah.
I'm the most serious person on this program.
Right,
no, I'm not.
So
I don't
the day that I was fired the first time from iHeart, okay,
Jim Phillips told me about that. I didn't even know you'd been fired. Jim Phillips told me. And you know what he said? He goes, you better watch your ass.
Yeah, because
firing people
I was going to be an active shooter or something.
I don't know. He just said, you better watch your ass. Get out of here.
But so that day after I got fired, I came over. You guys were still doing the podcast.
I don't remember any of this. I was probably drunk.
I know, but I can almost imagine, because you guys were getting ready for the show, and it was like you guys were saying all those buzzwords to kind of get me, especially Tom. Tom was using a bunch of buzzwords to get me out of the door quicker because it's like, we don't care. We got a show to do. What did Tom say after I left?
I thought that guy would never leave.
No.
Best thing Clear Channel ever did.
First, Daniel has no recollection of this.
No, I know. I have no idea what you're talking about. But he had to remind me who you are.
Also, it was probably during a time where we were still walking on eggshells to make sure that I keep certain business relationships up. You constantly have to play politics as a business owner, Tuttle. You know this, because you don't want to go too crazy. Now the audience likes it. They want to hear all the drama.
Oh, they want all the drama.
Yeah, they want
you to destroy your life.
Yeah,
right in front of them.
It's fun to watch and it's fun to listen to.
You basically kicked me off of Daniel's front porch, 300 Sparta style. Saying,
I don't remember this.
It was a mediocre time. Get the F out of here.
No, because people were
we like worried that we had him in there? Like, we don't need,
Well, because we didn't need the drama. I thought it was going to bring unneeded drama to, like, they're like, Tuttle's on Tom and Dan show.
He's just
talking
yelling,
mad ass about
everything.
He's telling all the secrets, saying behind the scenes.
Yeah, we're like,
talking trash.
Maybe I remember this. I remember it being
and then I'm like, we don't need that, man.
You can come by, but just don't get on the mic and start yelling things loose cannon, because, I mean, we don't need that kind of heat.
I left before the show started.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. Because I had just gotten fired like 3 hours before, and... and I remember like.
Okay. I remember this now.
Which time was this you being fired?
You came and you told us, and I remember you being. Like, when
I was a bitch. That was an emotional wreck.
No.
Well, what are you talking about?
You were acting erratic, and I don't know if you ever heard.
You're pacing and spinning the revolver.
No, it's just you were, you were bitching about the situation.
I smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, you were
fast.
You were erratic, and when someone like calls the police and like, there's a homeless man here, he's acting erratic. He's not really.
Yeah. What's he doing? Well, he's putting his hands in his pocket 17 times fast.
He's not.
I want to in out. That's erratic.
He's not directly threatening anybody or showing any sort of violence. He's just acting erratic. I don't know how to explain.
He's been wiping his mouth with a napkin fervorously.
So you were kind of acting erratic. Then I remember we were just talking to you. You may have picked up my uncomfortability because of.
I'm out of here.
And then you just left. I remember because then I did. Because then I remember running to the car or running to the window, looking through the blinds to see if you were
going to start shooting through the window,
rifling through your trunk to get the goddamn AR.
I'll make this guy take. I will make him listen to me at gunpoint.
Yeah. But then you just took off, and then I was like, "Well,
you know what? You've done this.
He's gonna kill us.
I do remember this. You have done this a couple of times, and it bothers me because I would like the ability to apologize to you and be like, "You don't need to leave, man. We're fine. Everything's fine." But I think you pick up on our cues. Maybe it's our uncomfortability. I
don't want to be a bother.
Well, you're not. You're never a bother. It's not that we want you to leave, though, either. That's the wrong play. So I'll tell you, if that ever happens again, and it probably will, at some point, you'll be around us, and you'll pick up some weirdness.
But this time, I'll let you say whatever you want.
Don't leave. Just stay here. Yeah. We don't want you to leave. You're never a bother.
Well, at that particular time,
I remember this because I was like, where the hell? I think I came out. I was like, where'd the hell Tuttle go? And he just stormed out of here.
We're still trying to build our business. That was Daniel's house. We were running our business out of Daniel's house. Like we were
like an Etsy shop, for Christ's sake.
We're trying to survive past the first couple of years, so we were really scared about burning bridges or like making the wrong decision, and this could, we couldn't get the business up and running because it took years. I mean, we've been doing this business. Yeah. TND Media has been around. It's coming on 10 years,
and it's still a glider. I mean, we could hit the ground at any point.
Like I think we got the LLC in 2012. Something like that. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds about right.
So we're coming up on 10 years as a business, and we're just now comfortable enough where I could take a breath and be like, okay, we're not going to fail unless a real bad thing start crumbling. But you know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like we built the strength of the business just now after 10 years enough to be at least I can sleep at night knowing we're not going to go out of business in 3 months. if that makes sense. Like, but 10
in
years,
2 months maybe, but 3 months he'll never make it that long.
It shouldn't have. I mean, that's how long it takes to build a stable small business, and then still, like, well, if these 5 things happen, we could be real bad.
And if 3 of them happen, it's still real bad. It's just
at least we'd have to like start jettisoning employees or like start paying ourselves less. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, let's start with the employees.
So Tom, you're a businessman. Have you ever thought in your head, like, if things got really bad, if you had to liquidate everything? I'm talking equipment, building.
We have a plan.
Everything.
There's a full plan. There is a written.
We don't have anything to liquidate.
I have a written down step-by-step plan of what to do if the S hits the fan. I have a binder that we can get out, and it is, I'm telling you, it is step-by-step of exactly what we do. First thing we do is we break down this console, we pile all the wood in the center of the building because we're going to need to make a fire.
The only reason I asked that, when I was working over at Bubba's show, that was something that was talked about because they were actually thinking about foreclosing on the building he owned, and they were like, we have to have a plan so we can get all the equipment.
You might have to get a stripper pole and some Lexan out of there in a night.
But they have a fortress of stuff.
And they have he has an army of ne'er-do-wells to carry things for him. And you know what?
We don't have that much to even liquid. I mean, honestly,
all of these bigger shows, I'll say, look, I'm going to be
$2,000 worth of assets we have.
I'm going to be honest with you, Tuds, and I'm going to need you to hold your tongue and not get me in any trouble here, but all of the big shows, Monsters, Shannon Burke, Bubba the Love Sponge, all of them, they have a Howard. All of the big
plan.
All of the big shows, they have a army of mildly altered humans that
do their bidding.
That do their bidding. And we have always run our business with just you and I doing the lion's share, and then we bring in, but we don't bring in smart people. We bring in Samantha Smart.
Well, what were you doing earlier on the Twitch feed? Building an army?
I want to build my army. I'm trying to collect other Pokemon.
Are you building an army?
I'm collecting them all.
Well, yeah,
if you guys could get Seth and a bunch of his
goons. I need some goons.
Well, that's the R team. I don't know, but
we're
building an army.
They're there in spirit. I need actual bodies. Kenny doesn't lift things for me. Kenny's not here filling up my water jug.
Tully will lift anything we need.
I need him around me.
Kiss me.
I need them around me. And I don't want him kissing me.
Ross would
no,
Ross help
that ship has sailed. He has got his own show. He hates Tom enough to hate all of us.
He's coming in front.
He comes on as a guest.
He does. He's coming in front. It's like taking your vitamins.
I'm joking.
He takes his vitamins.
So, Tuttle, back to you.
He hates Tom.
So, you're the happiest you've ever been. You got a full-time job, right?
Yeah.
You're making money.
How's your mom? Mama's good?
Yeah, she's great.
Great.
You got a
doing well.
Nice studio. You're doing your show.
His sound is better than ever. You got a green screen. I see he has a green screen behind him now.
I don't ever want to use what I use for my green screen, so I just put it up on the window to kind of like block out the sun behind me because it would mess up the camera. But I thought you guys would clown me because I use like this stereotypical
I've seen it.
On the air thing behind me.
I like it.
Some microphones.
It's kind of corny,
stuff.
but it's fun.
I like the air on the air light. Now, hold on. That I won't clown you about because we have a lot of on-air lights around.
We have one here. We have like 3 at our Airbnb. Oh, you should have seen how proud Tom was. He and his wife installed an on-air light in the Airbnb. This guy comes out like cured cancer, like he's Mary Curie, and like comes out, he's solved polio.
Didn't your wife create a lamp out of a microphone arm?
My idea, her execution, and dare I say it's the most charming part of the house.
I loved it.
Most people that like fun do. Tom thinks it's stupid, but me and Crystal think it's awesome.
Well,
she did a great job on that, and then I gave her a compliment, and then she turns around and she's like, my husband didn't like it. And
I didn't know.
My husband doesn't think it's practical. What did you said something like, it's going to fall down, or who's going to use this? It doesn't give enough light.
There's lights in the
it's an ornamental light.
Yeah, well, okay, so it's decoration.
Yes, it's a decoration light.
Fine decoration.
This guy hates fun. You know what? You should switch places with Tuttle. You get his day job, and Tuttle loves fun. He'll come over here.
So, yes. Tuttle, you're in the best situation you've been in a while, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just ripe to screw it up.
Well, no. Well, the only thing
you want him to start doing drugs again.
No, not drugs.
Let's do drugs, Tuds.
I'm talking.
Listen. I'm on edge at any time, and if somebody just offers them to me, like, that's why I remove a lot of those people out, or I don't like to. But if somebody handed me a 60 milligram oxy or something, I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm ready to go.
All you're missing, Tuttle, is the roar of the crowd.
Yeah.
And this is why it
never goes away.
Well, because Tuttle
never goes away.
Tuttle experienced.
Are you trying to pull him back in the game?
No, I'm just saying because I too, every once in a while,
miss the roar?
Think of the roar of the crowd.
Yeah.
And
you're a roar. You know what they call you? Roar whores. You're a roar whore.
And I think that I'm like, man, like. Being on top of the mountain in the middle of the Citrus Bowl, and as 70,000 chant your name, pretty good feeling. You know what I'm saying? And being in front of an audience and having people lift their arms at you.
Yeah. I don't even lift my arms for Jesus.
They're lifting your arms and they're excited, and you're just on stage. And
I haven't lifted my arms in 40 years. I'll do it for you, drunkie. Oh,
they're all looking at you and cheering you on. That is something that's
I
hard
never
to
saw
replicate.
you bask in it, though. I never saw you like puff your chest out and look around and do like a hand to the ear, like give me some more, like light me up.
No,
you want to know why? Because there was shame mixed in with that.
I think there is. I think there is. Like you knew when you were doing it. That there was 1%, maybe 3% cornball in there. You knew it.
Yeah. It's like when you have the gimp suit on and you got the ball gag. You look like an idiot.
The mirror,
but you like it.
Yeah, if you catch yourself in a mirror, though, you ruin it.
You're like, what are you doing? If anybody else saw it, you're embarrassed of it.
POV, it's fine.
But you like it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it was for me. I'm embarrassed that this is what I'm doing, but they all like me.
So you're being honest. You're being, some would say, very... you're being very intimate right now. You're being very open and honest about, your feelings, which is something typically you don't do.
No.
So you do miss it. So you honestly...
No, but I get...
you miss it? You miss it.
Well, hold on. I get micro doses of it when we do events and, like, we're going to do the beach party.
Nobody has cheered for us in years.
No, I know.
We walk out. I mean, maybe it's some of the bigger ones. That's
what I'm saying. At the beach party, there'll be...
They're not going to cheer for us at the beach party?
No, they won't cheer. The cheering's gone.
Yeah, the cheering is done.
That's far, a long way away.
Was our 10-year anniversary last year.
Yeah. But
what was the last boob you signed?
That left with the radio days on the monster truck.
Oh, that died in my 39.
Yeah, that died with the ghouls.
Yeah, I haven't signed a ghoul's boob in 7 years.
But
we don't get a lot of ghouls, and if we do, they're young ghouls.
But I will get the microdose of the accolade from BDM events when I go. Like Mike B will tell me he'll be crying, drunk, tell me how much he loves me.
Don't know how much you mean to me.
Carl Tully, he'll be like,
he gets a look in his eye. It's terrifying.
Wild man.
It's terrifying.
And Norm will be out there, and then
Norm's harmless. It's just good fun.
White Claw Tracy,
she's great. I mean,
they'll still tell me like, you still got it, Tom.
If you only drink White Claw, does that count as water?
So, Tuttle, I think that's what you need. You need some events in your life, and you need to get some of your listeners
Tuttle
out.
Daily Podcast, TDP event.
Yes. Have you done an event yet?
Well, no.
Would you like to partner with us? Maybe we have him partner with us. Why don't we have TDP at a little Tuttle Daily Podcast action at the beach party?
Because I feel like he's not going to feel...
You feel like we'll be doing something for him. He won't be doing anything for us.
Wait. Before Tom says what he's about to say, I know what he's going to say. He's going to make it, he's going to come up with something where he doesn't want to look like he's the dick and say, oh, I don't want to force Tuttle to do this or that, just to make it feel like he's the good guy. thinking that I'm just going to be like, you know what, Tom, you're right. I'm not going to show up when I really want to.
Yeah, you got to get a new bit, dude. He's nailing you right now.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you got to get a new bit.
No, I'm trying to help Tuttle. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, you're doing it. Right now.
I'm not doing it.
You're doing it.
I'm saying Tuttle should do a Tuttle Daily Podcast event on his own.
Would you promote it for me? If
I would.
Now, all right. So
wait, can I speak for us when I say that, or are you going to get mad at me?
No. I mean, this is your bit. We do once a month. I'm
no,
sure.
It's not my bit. It's your bit. You're the one that came up with this.
Is it a bit? Because I don't know if you guys are mad at each other. Now I just sit here and I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
No, it's a thing. It's a radio segment. I don't know. Tuttle knows.
To be honest, I'm a little mad.
Like I honestly can't tell if it's a bit or not, because when we get done with these, I'm on the group chat, and then Tuttle will slide through it and be like, F you, and then you guys have to patch it. Every week they patch it up. I don't know if the listeners know that, but every week we patch this up. I would prefer to be adults. Can we handle this on the air?
Well, I'm trying to. But if you're not there, Daniel, I only include you on the text messages, the group text messages, because I want there to be proof. Because if I come back and claim Tom said this or that,
I feel that. I can feel that.
Okay.
I feel that my only role on the group chat is to police the things that you say that are inappropriate to Patrick.
Okay, so the last time that I was on the show, here, let me set this up for a lot of people who don't realize this. There was supposed to be a dating game. There was supposed to be a dating game. I come in. Tom.
We didn't get any entries.
Yeah, well, no, Tom didn't work hard enough to try to find some, because when I was a producer of a bit, that was my idea. Guess what? I would somehow, some way find some participants. He I think he did that to kind of be like, well, you're so people don't want to be with you, so that's why.
So you think it was an ultimate neg? It was like a purposely planned mega neg.
And then your makeup bit for that is to get Seth to come dressed up in drag, but he didn't even do that. So it's like.
So you're saying that the whole thing was made up for Tom to say, "Here you are, no one cares."
Yeah, and
wow, when you put it like that.
After that, Tom texts me while I'm on the 408 about to get on 50. I got
gross. He just wrote, "You're gross."
No.
For distracted driving. And Tom was like, "Oh, yeah, well, we're going to call you on Monday, blah, 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 blah." I didn't get a call all next week about getting me on the show.
Because... Tuttle. Okay, we're going to be honest now. Well, because
I feel like
because I did text you. Okay, let's talk about this.
I feel like I have no idea what's going on, and I feel like my memory is so bad now that I'm reliving my life. Like, I don't know what's happening right now.
Well, I didn't want to bring this up.
Pulled over.
No.
I got a warning, and I was trying to scam you out of money, which I did get the money because
okay, we'll talk about that.
PayPal'd me, and I got $50 out of you, but you still didn't call me back, so you didn't give a damn. You'd rather give a poor bum. I'm like,
wait, I don't know their story, so somebody's got to tell me.
Don't spend it. I'd rather give a poor bum $50. You scammed $50 out of me because I felt bad.
So this was not in the group text.
No, but Daniel told me. Daniel's the one that told me. He's like, Tuttle's scamming your money. I'm like, that mother. And then I got mad. And then I'm like, that mother effer. I'm like, I'm going to cement this in my mind and never feel bad for Tuttle again because he's always doing something 90s trying to get me. There's always some sort of swerve and he can't get that Bubble Love Sponge blood out of his veins and pump it in there. I felt bad that you got pulled over.
Sponge line.
And I should have realized that no one gives a $50 ticket with $50. That's not even a thing.
You felt where you gave
I PayPal $50 to him because I felt bad.
You got the money, yeah. Okay.
And then I thought to myself, well, I should have worked harder and got some someone in here to be Tuttle's dating game.
It cost you $50 no matter what.
Do you remember the other time one of the other times I'm the proudest of that I ever got you was when I was, I was going on those torrent sites and I was getting all the movies and you were like, man, I'm going to be hanging out with the family this weekend. Can you get me this certain movie? And I put
Can you give me cliffhanger too?
You know, it's funny. I recently told the story where I thought that was Daniel. I forgot it was Tuttle.
Been villainizing me for years.
And then Daniel went along with it because I was like, I think I did do that.
I was like,
this is how bad our memory is.
No, my memory is so bad. You can tell me.
I forgot it was Tuttle who did that to me.
Yeah,
I'm blaming Daniel. Poor Daniel.
I'm as dumb as the making a murderer guy. That guy. I look like him too. I look like a little simpleton redneck that you can blame any murder on.
And you'll just be like, yes,
I did it because you pressured me. And sure, what did I do? I did it.
Tom, though, can we?
Who did I kill? Killed them all.
I forgot about it.
I killed them good. I remember it now. Yeah, that's right. I did kill them.
What was it? The Legend of Camel Toe?
The Legend of Camel Toe. That's not a movie.
Yeah, it was. No, it was. It was Mr. Camel Toe.
Oh, it's Ms. I remember that website, Mr. Camel Toe. He used to really smush them good.
So, Tuttle, back to you doing an event.
Okay.
So
Tuttle Daily Podcast event.
Because I feel like that will reinvigorate your passion for doing this in the first place. Because you got to see and hang out with your audience and the people that watch your product.
Let's set it up then.
Because
I'll promote it.
Because Tuttle, without that, all you get is digital feedback, which I feel
that's
like
what we should have called this show. Tom and Dan's digital feedback. Better than radio.
That our human minds don't respond to as much as real person-to-person contact feedback. Like it's more important because you
need to press the flesh.
Yeah, but you need to see who's
look into their eyes,
and that'll give you a piece of what I know Tuttle likes.
Give him some drink tickets,
because Tuttle's a natural performer. He wants to perform.
Now, do I do stunts at this live appearance? Do I come up with a little bit of a show?
Maybe more people will come. Maybe one. Bring back a classic. How about ladder into a baby pool?
I could do that. Pasquale's Pizza here in Edgewater. He is a good friend of mine.
Pasquale, you know Pasquale?
Edgewater. Yeah, Pasquale. Pasquale's Pizza right here on US 1 in Edgewater,
Hey,
Florida.
it's me, Pasquale. I'm going to have a tunnel out here. You're going to jump off a ladder and land in a little bit the baby pool.
So Pasquale, he's a great, he is like first generation from Sicily.
Wait, first generation? God, how old is he?
Why would you move to Italy? No, he came here.
So
he makes the best stromboli.
So Pasquale Stromboli. I'm guessing this is one of your Tuttle Daily Podcast sponsors.
No. Pasquale listens to me.
He's trying to get him on board. He's trying to,
but the reason Pasquale, because people recognize me more for my voice.
Hey, excuse me. Are you a evil Dr. Nerdicock? Or maybe a title? Excuse me.
So he's one of your.
Thought Pasquale, somebody named Pasquale from Italy, would move to Volusia County, Florida.
They do that. Though. They do that. Like Volusia County is filled with people that do not belong there. They're, like you'll meet a man that does not know English. He's like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from Greece."
So what's the most?
He just got there 3 days ago.
Tuttle. Okay, so I'm guessing you probably have a lot of listeners in the Edgewater area that
in Volusia in general that would actually travel to come see me if I came up with an idea of something I could do or whatever it may be. I think that I could get a crowd of 100 people.
I think you could.
Good.
Yeah, I definitely think you could.
That's valuable. Why don't you have any bar sponsors?
You got bars around.
I'm an alcoholic, Tom. I don't drink anymore.
I forgot about that.
Well, you can still promote the devil's drinks.
Daniel doesn't. He's taking a break.
Yeah, I'm taking a break right now.
And he can still go to events.
And I urge everybody. Look, I'm not drinking right now, but I urge everybody to get blackout every night.
I don't judge, and it does not bother me to be around it, but, I just don't think it would be a good idea, but, I would do it. Pasquale's Pizza does have their liquor license. A lot of people go
I don't mean to break your heart, Tuttle, but the chat room just reminded me of something that's actually true, and I found this out throughout the pandemic. When you order pizza through, DoorDash or Uber Eats, and it says Pasquale's Pizza on your receipt, that is the ghost kitchen that Chuck E. Cheese uses for their pizza because the animatronic chef in their show, his name is Pasquale. So you've been ordering pizza from Chuck E. Cheese, Todd.
No, it wasn't fooled by some animatronic.
Yeah, no. They just it's the same kitchen. They just run it out the back. That's how Chuck E. Cheese was able to make money during the pandemic. They would show up on Uber Eats. It would say Pasquale's. Andrea and I found it one night. Andrea goes, "What's Pasquale's Pizza?"
No,
I go, "I don't know what the hell Pasquale's Pizza is." So then we did some digging. Pasquale's Pizza is the ghost kitchen for Chuck E. Cheese. You've been buying kid pizza, having it delivered to your mom's house.
Listen,
like a pedophile.
A bunch of gypsies drinking at the bar, so I don't think it's like Pasquale's Pizza.
No, that's on Uber Eats. It's Pasquale. Like, have you been there, or is there an actual Pasquale?
Yes, I've been there. Oh. It's like right down the street.
Okay,
I bet he was mad when the pandemic happened, and they started calling.
Hey, why are they using my name? You use a Chuck E. Cheese.
Do you know Chuck E. Cheese's real name? Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Stupid.
But he is for entertainment.
So,
what's your middle name?
I recently did an interview with a guy. So I do my running and exercising every single day. And this very inebriated guy, I could tell because the cab light was on in the minivan. And his chick bit him like an Edgewater zombie, like took a big chunk out of his forearm. He comes out, he starts just mandering around and running into traffic. And I always travel with this headlight. Meandering. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I got to crack down on you guys. You guys
sorry,
can't talk.
meandering.
Not meandering, meandering.
Why'd you even go for that? You could have just said he's
walking around.
Running around the street.
Okay, he was running around. I try to be smarter than what I actually am.
Yeah,
sorry,
well,
Tom.
you're not doing it right.
Meandering is the opposite of running.
Okay, so you don't ever mess up the English language?
No,
He does all the time.
I do. That's why it's my only opportunity to correct anybody. It's always me. So I'm just.
It's me, Pasquale.
So I ended up helping this guy because he almost got ran over, and he came over, and he's like just gushing out of blood out of his forearm.
So who bit him? Who bit him?
His girl that he met up at the Boot Hill Saloon where Drunky almost blinded me.
Yeah, the Boot Hill's rough.
Yeah, and so
wait a minute. You almost got blinded at Iron Horse. I can't let can't let Boot Hill take that. That's not Boot Hill.
I've never been to Boot Hill. I drove past.
I walked through Boot Hill and a biker grabbed my mom's ass. That's a true story. My dad and I are like, my dad's like, shut the F up, don't say nothing, keep walking and let him grab her. She deserved it. No, he didn't say that. But he did say, he's like, just shut up, keep walking. I ain't fighting 20 bikers.
I mean, was she smart man?
Yeah, my dad was a smart man. He got my dad's 5'5", I'm 5'2". We're the only men walking with my mom to a biker bar. Then she gets her ass grabbed. He's like, "Shut the F up, Dad Lee."
Yeah. Just keep sitting, Will Smith. It'll be better for you. I promise.
My dad said, "Keep your hand on my wife's ass."
I remember the first time I saw my dad get into a fight. It made me so uncomfortable.
Your dad was a big drink of water too, man. He was a big dude.
Yeah, he had a signal for some of his workers. He kept an axe handle. When he would give the signal, they would leave the axe handle out the back door at the brass rail.
Gotta kill another coworker.
If you hit someone with an axe handle, I mean, you can hit someone in the head with an axe handle, you kill them, right?
He went to jail. He knocked out about half of somebody's teeth one time with it.
Oh man,
he went to jail for it?
Yeah, he did.
My God. No wonder your mom pooped in the woods. If my husband said, go poop in the woods, and he just knocked the man's teeth out with an axe handle, I'd gladly go poop in the woods.
Were you around, or you just hear the stories?
Oh, no. I mean, that might have been when I was younger. I mean, I do have...
Yeah, because I
have those stories. Like a guy pulled a gun on my dad at a bar, and then that's all before I was around.
We all hear these stories, and now as I age, Tuttle, and maybe it happened just now with Mr. Gameltoe. That story morphed into, I thought Daniel did it to me, and I literally told it the other day. Daniel did it
I don't give any of my porno away. That's my porno.
I know for a fact that it happened because a lot of the people, like my dad actually... kept he would buy old like fifth wheel trailers to just keep out on the 20 acres in DeLeon Springs for employees that had DUIs that couldn't drive to work, so Dad would drive them to work.
You can sleep in the Jack Shack.
Yeah. So they would all say the same stories. They would.
Yeah, I know they'd all say it, but what I'm saying is because
Are you calling my dad a pussy?
No,
Oh my God!
no.
You know he's no longer with us, Tom. Why would you do that?
Because I hear the
This
stories
guy.
about my dad too from my mom, and then I've heard them for years about these I call them Florida dad legends.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm wondering how much they got exaggerated over the years, and how many more details are left out or exaggerated.
Well,
to
the real ones are the best, though. Like
Yeah.
the time my dad got blackout drunk at my Christmas pageant and was calling, instead of saying hors d'oeuvres, he called them horty orbs, and then he passed out and puked everywhere. And he did, and he didn't see me sing my solo.
Well, I've heard stories about my dad and the fights, and like I'll tell you a story, and maybe I should get my mom on the phone.
Okay.
Because I want to do a segment with my mom once a month, like either call it
Mom's Period.
No,
You're gonna replace my appearance?
but just like a Florida '80s mom, or because
I like that.
I wanted to recount all the stuff that she used. Like we never rode with seatbelts. We just like
Florida '80s mom. I love it.
Me and my brother and sister used to just fight in the back of the van. As she drove around town, there was no seatbelts, and my dad just openly drank Bud Regular while he drove around. It was just a thing that everybody did. No helmets, strap your kid's car seat to the back of a three-wheeler, like all these, and then all these Florida, like these legend stories about my dad. He one time someone's boat was knocking into your dad's boat. He kept telling them about it. They didn't do anything, so he just cut the lines and kicked their boat out to sea, and then got on his boat. And then there was like some guns involved.
Oh my God!
And then the cops came, and then the cops are like, "Yeah, you better head back." Like they were in either the Keys or Bimini or something like that. They're like, we'll give you a 45-minute head start and then let these guys out. And then there was like, there's all these, and then I'm like, well, that's crazy. But then I'm like, how much was that exaggerated over the years? And did it really go down like that? Because it goes down like my dad is a badass.
It gains details, Over the years, it gains details, or details are forgotten.
Like your dad knocking the guy's teeth out with an axe handle. Like he obviously went to jail. There's like record of that.
He did. Well, I mean, there's stuff that I saw firsthand. I remember when my dad was working, I've told you the story about where he was welding the weed compartments in the bottom of, vans.
Yeah.
When he was working for himself.
To smuggle dope?
Yeah.
Well, that makes him a hero. That's not a bad story.
Then
That's crazy.
There was this, those like front end loaders, but this was like a little mini one. It was like a cat, but it was still big. Like you're talking about maybe $100,000 piece of equipment. Yeah, and that thing sat out in the barn for like 3 years. Nobody ever came and saw it. When I got older, I asked my dad about that, and it was
I killed a man with that.
Equipment that maybe disappeared from a construction site that needed to be held until things died down a little bit.
Okay,
a Bearcat's got a little heat on it. I'm gonna put it in the bar and let her cool off.
Yeah. Like my stepdad, one time we had a 1972 Stingray Corvette with T-tops, like sparkle
this is
blue.
A new story.
No, I've told the story before.
Really? I don't remember this one.
This is us forgetting again.
It was parked behind our garage in Miami.
Yeah.
And I remember as a kid, I was like, what is this car?
Whose car is that? It's cool.
And there was always like it's a friend of Steve's. He's parking it. I'm like,
friend of Steve's.
He's parking it behind our garage.
That's Mr. Cocaine's car.
Why would your friend park his 1972 T-top Corvette behind our garage? Like,
was it covered up
for months? No, but like with the way
with bushes and trees.
Well, there's tree in Miami. It's a tropical jungle.
Hey, Tuds, now this is something that I have seen. If it was your old house, the one where you had your barn area,
it was a giant.
There were
garage.
trees in the front. So when you pull up to the street, because Turkey Leg took me there, and there are still bushes in the front.
Those bushes weren't there in the front.
Oh, they weren't? Okay, because he took me
I get mad at those bushes. I'm like, oh, you need a front yard, America.
Yeah, they're bushes, like privacy bushes there now, because you wouldn't be able to see a car if it were parked there now, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing everybody's doing in Miami now, putting your fence line all the way up to the road.
Bushes are the new fences.
Then fencing in your front yard and putting bushes in your front yard. It's like, well,
bushes are in right now. Ask my wife.
Have a front yard.
Full bush.
It's tacky to take away your front yard from your neighborhood. neighborhood. It looks trashy. Anyway,
I've been seeing a lot of crazy news. Every time I see a news story from Kendall, I'm like drunk.
Oh yeah, he got out when he could.
Remember that story that happened? I think it was Derek Jeter. Everybody was clowning him hard online first. Uh-oh.
I have my Bluetooth thing there.
Oh, your boss
Who's calling you?
Yeah.
This is T Mobile. What the hell are you doing? You address me as Mr. Mobile.
Yeah, where are your recruits, you pale ass?
I felt so uncomfortable. I'll let you finish. I went to a corporate dinner the first time where the guy that owns the company, and I was just like, don't make a fool of yourself. Don't make a fool. Don't overtalk. Don't try to be radio guy.
What'd you wear? Did you dress up fancy? Did you wear like a silk shirt, black jeans?
Tan jeans.
Okay. Tan jeans, like some Duluth trading.
Yeah, Jordan 11s I had on my feet.
You tucked your jeans in.
I had some burnt orange Arizonas.
Yeah, I got Sienna, burnt Sienna Arizonas, and I've got a lime green. It's a lime green dragonfly shirt. I bought it from Gadzooks, and bright white Oakleys. Put them on my head backwards.
What is it? It's tucked in, but your pants are
no belt. Tucked in, no belt.
You're like, you barely tucked the end, and your pants are too low.
No, I even went douchier. It was a long sleeve shirt. I left it untucked, but I tucked in one side of where the button goes into the front.
Tuck it in right where your belt buckle is, and then pull your buckle. I used to do that. Pull your buckle out, and then kick your hat to the side. You're ready for poon. It's a poon outfit. You're poon hunting.
And then I was so uncomfortable because I didn't want to overshare. We had to go around and the table because it was only like 10 people.
Say your name, add one thing that really evokes joy.
I hate that.
Don't really. You hate that? You of all people. You hate it when they ask you your name and three things that evoke joy?
They did that at Orlando City, remember? When we were like to go around the table and say what you do. Remember it was at the MLS?
What did I say? I don't even remember what it said.
We were never supposed to be there.
No.
And only like the movers and shakers of MLS were there. Like, so Phil Rollins brought us to the table. We should never. And then he's like, say what you did. But then you were before me. So you're like, Dan Dennis, brand ambassador, Orlando City. And then I'm like, well, damn, I can't be the same thing.
Yeah, you could. What did you say you are?
I
know. It's all fine. I'm a brand ambassador.
Assistant brand manager.
Yeah, assistant to the brand ambassador.
It was embarrassing.
So what did you say, Tods?
So like I was like, because the first thing I was like, all the crazy stuff I've done on the radio and everything, and I was like,
don't say that.
Oh, I knew it.
No, I did not.
I put a balloon in my rectum and inflated it, causing permanent damage.
I said that I was a part of because you had to say something interesting, and I said I was a part of the soil judging team on the FFA, and they were all like, they were seriously,
good.
They were so interested.
That's good though. That's a weird one.
What do you mean? How do you judge soil and stuff? And
come here, I'll show you. Then you put your hand down their pants.
Yeah, but but to be honest, you've had so many more interesting things happen to you.
Yeah, but not to those nerds. All he has to say is that one, and he's got him.
I couldn't say, hey, I was completely nude with four other men with our ankles handcuffed to each other.
I was in an obese man's poop shack for 3 days, and he would put Homer buckets of his own turds in there, and it was hot, and I stayed in there, and I'm just glad to be working with you guys.
You were entombed in concrete for days.
An old wrestler also almost killed me by slinging a sledgehammer, and it almost went through the side of the board.
I went on a date with a special needs person for a radio show, and I dressed like Little Bo Peep, and I'm proud to be here.
I lived with a man that had a 62 IQ that was from Seattle, Washington.
You fought like 24 women.
Mm-hmm. I once knocked a woman out with scoliosis. I folded her like a lawn chair.
And I'm proud to be here. T-Mobile.
You walked across Florida.
And I had a guy by the name of Whopper Jr. sit on my chest on the beach sand while other people...
I had midgets. I had a black guy dressed like Cupid shoot a pool ball into my genitals, and I'm happy to be here. Can you hear me now? That's your catchphrase. I'm glad to be here.
I once kissed Bull's testicles. in front of a bunch of real men that were like making fun of me the whole entire time.
I wouldn't say that.
I was a listener of that. I was like, yeah, this guy's got the goods. I'm like, they're putting this on
animal
video.
abuse. That's like animal abuse.
I once wrestled for the #1 stunner belt in the park of a YMCA in West Orange County or East Orange County.
It was
a bunch of people were smoking cigarettes, and the tree limb fell down, and I had 2 concussions because Drunky hit me over the head with a chair.
With a plastic resin chair.
That's at Jay Blanchard Park.
Yeah, it was at Jay Blanchard Park.
Every time I drive by Jay Blanchard Park, I tell
see
my
it
son,
too, and I go, oh,
your
wow.
dad wrestling there.
And it's the tiniest. It's the tiniest park.
New boss I do recruiting for. I once was a part of a midget hunting thing with paintballs and everything.
That wasn't that long ago.
I forgot I was a part of that.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
And it was
like
the coldest I've ever felt. It was like 28 degrees out there early in the morning. Fog going all over the place. I got to report this thing. I almost lost my keys in the middle. No, that was another paintball thing we did real close to that.
I remember when you lost. Yeah, I remember when paintball burned hot.
I feel bad for the paintball industry now, the 90s radios. Because what are they going to do? How are they going to get promoted?
What happened? Nobody's been out here. Ever since they changed those pronouns, nobody wants to play paintball.
All right, Tuttle Daily Podcast.
I was a part of a stunting competition where a guy had his testicles ripped off. Another guy almost died because he put himself in a trash can and wrapped chains around his neck.
Well, don't start saying things that I was involved in.
Yeah, don't talk about us.
I'll be like laughing at
what are you
stuff
talking
you
about?
did.
I carried a cross out and let people hit me with whips and belts and metal wires.
I don't know. Hard Rock not complain about that after. Like, what the hell is going on? We can't have our brand associated with you.
What is this? Plug your show and where people can find you, my friend.
All right, live stream happens every night at 7 p.m. You can catch it on YouTube. It's youtube.com/Tuttle or twitch.tv/ I got to change this because I'm not on the radio anymore, but twitch.tv/Tuttle on the radio. The show's also live on Facebook and Twitter as well at the same time. And you can check it out. It's on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
There you go. We love talking to you, buddy. Hey, that was fun. And be thinking of an event. We'll plug it.
All right, so for real.
Pasquale's Pizza. Tell us when.
Yeah, tell us when. We'll push it.
Well, there's an Aldi that's about to open up in Edgewater, so I'm thinking
it's Aldi, not Aldi.
Yeah, neither company will be be with you.
Yeah. They're Trader Joe's.
I'm just saying, no.
Yeah, it's a Trader Joe's company.
Yeah, too big.
Is it?
Stick to mom and pop.
Yeah, you need vapor shades.
Yeah.
I was thinking about Wong Lee's.
Wong Lee's would be great.
The land. I would love to be associated with their brand.
Yeah, Wong Lee's would be. That's the first Chinese restaurant I ever ate at. Wong Lee's.
All right.
I got bullied because of Wong Lee's because my name was Dan Lee, so everybody's like Wong Lee, and then they do their eyes the racist way, and then they beat me up. Had nothing to do with it.
It's like my big head reporting to headquarters.
Yeah, exactly.
People would salute me.
They need to add more racism into Stranger Things because that would be more accurate.
It's not racist.
You guys need to be saying the N-word because that's what they said in the 80s. Anyway, all right. Bye-bye,
all right,
Tuttle.
guys.
See you, buddy.
I love you.
Love you too, man. That is Tuttle live from his house, and we got to get out of here.
Yep, we'll see you next week.